The most underrated podcast you already know.
Hell yeah!
Broadcasting from Most Underrated Studios. I'm your man, Thomas the Franchise. The homie Dapo Antonio chilling across from me. This one's fire.
What a mind trip.
Dog. Does that just set it off right on a Monday or what, bro?
It's a vibe, that's for sure. It's a vibe.
Let's go.
All right, so you got Bob Marley. This is the love. Is that it?
Is that what it is?
The love.
Okay.
And then Snoop Dogg, obviously, with Doggy Style and Snoop Dogg. What's my? Hey. Wow, what a mashup.
I know, right? Coming at you with some different flair, bro.
Yeah.
I know you like classic rock, but I kind of there's something a little different.
Bob Marley's pretty classic.
Right.
There's no doubt about
it's
that.
It's classic. It may not be classic rock today, but it's classic.
You could call Bob Marley classic reggae, classic rock, classic, all kinds of good shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Bob Marley's tight.
Hell yeah!
Shout-outs to Bob.
Good job, dog. Nice job today on the mashup. Bro.
Thank you, man.
Great job. You give a couple of shots for that. Nice job. Nice job. Got it quick, too. Welcome to everybody in the chat, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Right on time today. Actually, like a 1 minute late. So for to us, that's right on time. Shout out to my man Eli in the chat. It is his birthday. Happy birthday, homie.
Oh, happy birthday, Eli.
Hope you're having a good one.
My birthday next week, so there's a bunch of Modelo's.
You know, if it's your birthday, you just got to do like Stipe, drink a bunch of Modelo's.
Yeah, hopefully you're not getting your ass kicked in Most Underrated League.
Most Underrated Fantasy League over the weekend.
Wow.
It is looking good for you and I. You and I, after last week, remember we talked about it on the show. I don't even know if you remember. We talked about it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I had someone on Monday night, and I was like, oh, I don't know if so-and-so. Oh, Smith-Schuster. I needed Juju. I was like, I don't know if he can go off. You're probably going to end with high points for the week. Well, Juju went off, and we finished 1-2 last week in Most Underrated League. Dope. You with 149.68.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 145.68. Me with 145.98. Oh, crazy, right?
You edged me out.
So
that's how it goes.
But this week, you are smashing. You're definitely going to take the top spot from me. Actually, you know what? Adam Eby is going to sneak in there. Eby had 134 last week. He's in fourth right now, but then he put up another 138 this week.
Wow.
So he's going to come in somewhere around like 172, 173. You have a shot to come in around the 260s, and I'm going to be right underneath you in third.
Okay.
You have a couple players left tonight. 117 to 121. You're losing to Thomas's swell team, not me. Another, that's Thomas Yee.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Yeah, so that's our man Yee over there. Yee has got left. He has 121 and Henry Ruggs, who's questionable. Is he going to play in the Death Star tonight? Is he going to come out and light it up?
I think he's going to play.
Oakland's home opener.
He's not going to light it up. He's going to play, though, for sure.
He's projected currently to get 8.61, and Yee is up 121 to 117 right now. With Ruggs, you have just your defense and your kicker left.
I got.
This is going to come down to it.
This
you might
is
actually get bumped out of the top 3 spots because you might take that L.
Take that L on the way out.
There's no way I'm going to take that L. We're talking New Orleans defense. New Orleans defense, I think that's a pretty underrated defense in my opinion. And Will Lutz, arguably third or fourth best kicker in the league. Now, without having Michael Thomas.
Wow, I like this tonight. I like how this is shaping up.
Without having Michael Thomas, their immense star, they're going to have to come up with some other opportunities. I think Emmanuel Sanders could have a great night. I think Jared Cook is set up for a great fucking night against a not very good secondary. You've got a tight end, and Jared Cook, yeah, he's big, but he can play as a big tight end. He can block. He's versatile. If I had a lineup, the question is tonight on DraftKings, if I had a lineup, who would be my captain of New Orleans?
Oh, I haven't been doing the single game at
You haven't
all.
done that?
Not yet this season. Maybe I need to do that tonight. If I get a little extra time, I got to take some of my dogs some places right after the show today.
Kamara seems Kamara seems like the easy one to make a captain, but I think they're gonna keep him down at least under 20. That's what I would say tonight. So if I was gonna do a captain, I'd put Emmanuel Sanders in there or Jared Cook. I'd be honest with you.
Sanders is now going to draw the top coverage.
Correct.
Obviously Sanders isn't in his prime anymore, but I still think he's a pretty good receiver. Not elite, but pretty good. He can still separate. How does he deal with top coverage? I don't know. It's been a minute since he's gotten the number 1 coverage. So it'll be interesting to see how Sanders does tonight. I'm excited for it, dude. I'm excited to see how Oakland comes out in week 2. Obviously, the AFC West and the same division as the Broncos. But I'm excited to see that new stadium.
That stadium.
I'm excited to check out the very first game from Vegas, from the Death Star.
Oh, yeah.
As they're calling it. John Gruden is embracing the name, the Death Star. Did you see him on social media the other day?
Of course he is.
He's pumped about it. He's pumped with it. So I'm excited for that one tonight. Most underrated league. That's how you and I are doing. Let's check on the champ. John King is not doing as good as we are. He's looking at an 0-2 start here. He got waxed this week by EB's team, 138-91.
Wow.
And he's going to have an 0-2 start. And that's going to bump him down into it might put him in last place. He's currently in 9th with his whopping 107 last week that he put down. And then this week he put down a 91. So he's having a little bit of trouble getting to 200 there after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You were eyeing there in the 250s to 270 range.
They say repeat
So-
champs is pretty much impossible.
It's hard to do.
We're seeing that.
It's hard to do. You saw the Chiefs
Yeah.
this weekend. Who would have expected them to struggle
Yeah.
the way they struggled? And we'll get in and we'll do we'll kind of talk about the NFL games and we'll go over heaters and stuff in a little bit. But
Who was licking their chops at the halves on the under?
I know.
Holy shit,
I know.
right?
I was looking at it and I was like, you should bet the Chiefs and bet the over over here because the Chiefs can score
In a moment's notice.
exactly very
Right.
quickly and they can score in bunches.
Yeah.
So as low as the line was looking, I thought about betting the over, but I was already having such a good day. You and I will talk about it in heaters. We crushed it in heaters.
Oh, yeah.
We killed all our picks. I was having such a good day with our picks that I was like, I'm not going to start throwing down random bets like this and losing shit.
Just
I did
getting
one.
cocky and just
Yeah.
like getting loose, I
Yeah.
guess they would say.
Well, I did one in the morning session, and I got so lucky. I don't know if you saw my Twitter, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's
I threw down 50 when they were like plus 400 odds because they were down. It was like, I don't know, 20-something to 10 at
Was
the
that
time.
at the half?
No, I bet it
was
when the
before the
Cowboys had 10. 29-10, I think it was.
That's right.
29-10. And I lock it in 50 on the money line, and the Cowboys somehow come back and win. And I win like
Jeez.
$256
What a crazy game.
off the 50. I was geeked by that.
How disappointing for the Falcons.
That shit was fun.
Shit.
John King, glad to have this soundbite. Oh my goodness. If he's because he's saying we're gonna be running this back basically.
Oh,
at
yeah,
the end
yeah,
of the
for
season.
sure, for sure.
We're gonna be paying. Is this hot? Are we hot taking you, John King? Are we
Those early amateur hot takes.
Yeah, a little week 2 overreaction.
There you go.
Sorry, I couldn't think of the term. Is that what we're doing? I don't know. I was looking at your team, John King. The team doesn't look that solid, guy. Were you I looked like you may have been a little bit busy while you were drafting.
Yeah.
Outside of Pat Mahomes and D-Hop, Gurley, I'm not pumped on Gurley. Olsen, I'm not pumped on old-ass Greg Olsen.
Old man.
C.D. Lamb, I like a lot out of Dallas. That's a good pick, but I don't know if it's a guy you're already starting him this early in the season. Put up 9 yesterday. It's okay.
I
mean,
feel like-
Cowboys put up 40 points. He only put up 9. I still consider him a wide receiver 3. Go ahead.
I feel like his starter lineup that you're talking about here is a great bench. I think that's what I'm hearing.
He's running young. Look, he's got Jerry Jeudy, too. He's starting C.D. Lamb,
Wow.
Jerry Jeudy, and then Jarvis Landry.
Does he have Justin Jefferson as well?
But, dude, yeah. Yeah, Jeudy, dude, with Locke going out, does that
Yeah.
take a hit? Jeudy takes a hit a little bit?
Judy already took a
Value?
hit. He went out with a rib and then came back.
Kicker, Prater, San Francisco D. Bench, who you got on the bench? King?
San Francisco D took a huge hit this weekend too.
Burrow, Fitzy. And he got some old players, but then he's got some super young players. I don't know. This doesn't look like a winning roster to me, but it's early, John King. I'm glad you got this sound, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got the sound to play. Hey, we can always be fact-checked over here.
That's true.
We can always be fact-checked. Oh, my God, Redmond in the chat. He donates $9.99 in the super chat. Keep
right.
it up, big dog. There we
Redmond.
go. Thank you, bro. I'm going to shoot this one because you shot the last one last show, and it was horrible.
All right.
That went terribly for you if we want to run the footage back. Let's see. Here we go. All
Let's
right.
see what you can do here.
Oh, that's what we could do
That's
here.
a great start.
Look at this one, bro.
Back. Bang.
You know?
Yeah.
You know? There we go.
Bang.
Knocking it down. Thank you, Redmond. Appreciate you, bro.
That's a way better start to the show than John King's fantasy.
I like that.
We're in good shape.
Redmond, go Cowboys. He said, oh, yeah, he's a huge Cowboy fan.
Oh, is he?
What a comeback that was. What crazy shit that was. Oh my gosh. Oh, so yeah, we'll get into the NFL in a minute. What'd you do over the weekend besides watching games? Did you work at all, or?
I did, man. Had a huge slate of work that I was super involved with. Give me one second.
A huge
here.
slate of work?
Huge slate. Huge.
Nice.
Huge 7-hour game slate.
Oh.
Huge 6-hour game
Did
slate.
you get games at work?
Yeah, we did, man. On Sunday yesterday, we were texting, and I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm at work. This blows. This is the worst
You
shit
always
ever.
work Sundays?
I have to work this whole month of Sundays.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know.
So you weren't before. Everything
No.
was cool, and all of a sudden football season started, and they were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
come here, bitch boy.
Come here, bitch boy.
Sundays,
Yeah.
here you are."
Let me get you checking in these old fucks. So
That
here
sucks,
I am,
dude.
Oh, not
just
good.
eating my balls over here, unfortunately. But let's see here. We do have DirecTV. They do not have the NFL package. They do not have Red Zone, so I couldn't watch Red Zone at work, unfortunately. But with DirecTV, we could watch a lot of different games, which was no problem. So we had the Fox, we had the ABC, we had the NBC later on last night as that kicked off. But so a lot of football heavy shit. The good news is I'm back on the UFC tip.
Oh, are you?
Dude.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, dude, this card brought me back.
Let's go.
And
He's back.
Unfortunately, I had to. I planned watching this documentary with Robin, and I think it's called not the Social Experiment. God, I'll have to fact check myself here, but essentially what it is, it's about all the social media.
Dude, is it a multiple shows or just one episode or one show?
I think it's just one show.
Yeah, Mia watched it, and she's like, "Hey, you got to watch it." When she was all laid up,
dude.
recovering, she's back to work. Yesterday was her first day back, so
Yeah.
she's doing good, healing up. But yeah, dude, she was late. When she's laid up, she's like, "Yo, you got to check this out."
Dude, I'm a little mindfucked.
Have you watched it already? The whole thing?
We got halfway through it
How long
because
is it? Okay, go ahead.
because we watched the UFC fights all night, and I
just kinda cut it off.
had promised Robin, I'm like, babe, aside from the UFC, there's no other sports really happening Saturday night. We should be good. There's no NFL. We should be tight. We should be right. And of course, man, I get sucked into everything that's sports, and so finally the UFC got over, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But so we started watching this, and I was so tired by the end of it, so I started kind of falling asleep during half of it.
That good, huh?
Well, it's good,
I'm just playing.
but it's so spec
I'm just
heavy.
talking
Like, it's giving you all these specs about all these algorithms that Facebook and Instagram and all these places use, and it's like, it's so mind heavy, and it plays with you so heavy. I was like, damn, man, I don't know. This is almost like scary. It's almost like disheartening, and I don't want to watch it. Like, you almost want to turn your head because you know it's reality, but it's also so gross watching it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. But Robin was really enjoying it. Robin's super nerdy with that type of stuff. Like, if I have to ask, like, what happened on certain dates, if I have to ask, like, hey, what are the details about that event, and tell me about that wedding that we're going to, she's that detail-oriented young person, right?
Young person.
Yeah, dude. But this
What?
man, this show was like so deep in just all these details, and I'm not a big detail kind of guy.
The social dilemma.
There it is.
That's
What it is. And dude, it's scary. It's scary to know that like these companies aren't making money off of what they do. They're making money off of us, off of reading what our purchases are, off of what we watch, off of what we look,
Our
and then
content that we
selling
create.
all that shit to the advertisers.
Right.
Like, we are the content. We are what's being sold, whether it's whether it's about like who our mom and pops are and where our address is. It's not about that. It's like what we consume and what we watch and who we are is being sold right out from under us.
Right.
It's incredible.
I know.
Really wild, dude.
I want to check that out. How long is it?
I think it's about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
I think that's
okay.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, she said she watched it. She was kind of freaked out, started overthinking some things. Was like,
totally.
whoa, no, no. And then, this is like right after she just had her fallopian tubes removed. And they say she's going to have some, extra like hormones and different things going on until, while this goes on. So she watches that. She kind of starts freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I don't even know if I want to have a kid. Like, it makes you reconsider all this stuff and thinking everything. And, that was, I don't know, that was a week ago or so now.
Right.
Everything's different now. But it was just interesting how much she, like, started rethinking the same way, and
Well, because it talks about kids a lot in there, so
Yeah.
which is really obviously close to kind of your guys' situation.
Right.
It talks about kids just being raised on these and knowing how to deal with it, but at the same time, it showed the numbers of all the suicides and the age groups of the suicides, and especially the young women, between 14 and 17, I think. So they gave all these interesting stats about suicidal rates and how they're on the rise from 2015 to now 2020. dude, it's scary. It makes you really think, holy shit, I don't know if bringing kids into this world, having them have to deal with that and the likes and the comments and having them just have to deal with that and not having the tools to deal with that seems crazy to me. And it was pretty scary.
It's just like, I don't know, how weird is it to think about, and we've talked about this before, but like just the stimulation that you can, the overstimulation that you can do to yourself. And as a kid, you don't have the mental capacity yet to understand limiting and to understand that too much of anything can be bad.
Sure.
And you don't have that shut-off switch to tell you, all right, I'm probably doing a little too much of this. You'll just continue to consume and continue to go in. And
it's almost like you're not born with that switch.
Right.
Or taught that switch or something.
And for me, it's like, well, if that happens at such a young age, do you ever get that? Like, are they ever going to develop that like I did, where it's like, all right, I kind of know the difference. It's almost like the difference between right and wrong in a sense, but whatever that is, you know, whatever limiting yourself is, being able to cut yourself off a little bit, being able to have that that switch in your brain. And certain people, I guess there are certain people out there that maybe don't have that anyway. They'd be addicts. You know what I mean? Like they can't cut themselves off, or whether it's alcohol or whether it's video games or whether it's, weed or whatever it is.
Which is exactly what this is. It's an addiction. Mm-hmm. So that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh man.
It's heavy.
And how do you do it like as parents? Mm-hmm. I know a lot of you guys listen to this show are parents. And what do you guys, me and my girl were just talking about that the other day. Like, what do you, just because you want to break just as much as anybody sometimes from parenting and from anywhere else, how easy or how much easier is it just to put that screen in front of the kid just so you can back off for 30 minutes? Then that 30 minutes turns into an hour, and then it turns into an hour and a half because you want to be able to do whatever the hell you're trying to do, whether it's working or messing around on your own phone or cooking dinner or whatever. How do you limit that, and how do you not fall down that hole of too much?
Yeah.
What's too much? What's the right amount?
The technology babysitter.
Dude.
It's a big deal. Working with T-Mobile, you know it as well as I do.
Oh, yeah.
We were selling parents, iPads, and they were giving their kids who were 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
The tech babysitters.
And that we're eating them up.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Eating them up. And now it's like, you barely even see like I don't know, kids in cars or anywhere without some kind of screen. Even if they're getting pushed in a cart through the grocery store, they're holding the parent's
for sure
phone or their iPad or whatever else. It's just a different world from the intro, from the jump. You start getting that at age 1, 2, 3, whatever, and that just continues on and on and on and on as these kids develop. I think we were born. Doesn't everyone feel like this, though? They feel like they were born in the perfect time.
Oh, yeah.
But I really do.
You're one of those guys.
Just hear me out for a second. I really do think we were born in the perfect time, bro. I've been thinking a lot about this. And just as much as, like, I wonder, did my parents think about this? Did my grandparents think about this? Is this how everyone thinks as they start to get older? But I feel like the world is changing, and it's changing so rapidly that we look back and we're like, damn, the way we grew up and the things we did, it doesn't feel like that long ago, but everything has completely changed from that.
Shifted.
It will never be that way again.
Absolutely.
It will never be that way again, from butt whoopings to backhanding upside the head to come home when the street lights come on. You know what I mean? Like all the things, the way we grew up, the intro into technology and video games with computers and chat rooms and AOL and Napster and all this stuff, the intro to it, and having some of it, having enough of it to wet your beak, but not to consume you, not to take over your life and the way you do things. Now technology has taken over our lives, and the way we do things, it's taken over everything. It was just a little bit. It was just enough. You still had a lot of the things that made this country great, a lot of the things that, it's hard to, I don't even know how to explain it, but we got enough of we got a little bit of everything. Yeah. We got a little bit of that old school, walk to the bus stop type of shit.
Yeah. Building relationships
Play
with
outside
people,
with friends.
talking. Yeah, right? That whole thing.
But then we got some video games.
Yeah.
Then we got some internet. Then we got some technology, phones. And we kind of came up in an age where it didn't ruin our childhood, but we were still young enough to embrace it and be able to use it and learn about it and grow with it.
Right.
And that's gone now. Like, that's all, you know what I mean? We got that. Our generation got that.
Right. I always
and
say
that's why it just feels like we were born in just
a good time. Yeah. I always say it best, like we lived an analog childhood and a digital kind of adulthood, right?
Yeah.
You know, so we kind of had the balance and the best of both worlds. But through that, going from analog to a digital world, we had to learn patience as well. And I don't think in a world that we live in today, everything is instant gratification, right? There's no patience with anything that we do because, like my boy Muzzy, I hate to shout him out, but like that fool was always fact checking me because I never knew the whole story. I just knew details of stuff. Well, now everybody fact checks everybody because I can get this information in a moment's notice, right? There's no patience to anything. And when somebody doesn't get something, like they don't get a text back within a few seconds or at least a few minutes, people are freaking out. Like, girls are like, oh my God, is he cheating on me? What is he doing? Who is he talking to? Where's he going? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Or the friend is like, man, I thought this guy was down. I thought this guy was cool. What's going on, man? What's more important than me? It's a very me society. It's a very impatient society. And that's what I hate most about it. You want to talk about patience? How about trying to load a picture of Jenny McCarthy nude on dial-up?
Right.
My guy. We were
just loading,
and our memorization was so much better as well.
Yeah,
you know, I remember her face because all I saw was her face.
Oh, you remember
for
addresses?
Minutes.
You remember streets? You remember how to, dude?
Yeah,
I drive so
phone
much
numbers?
with GPS now just because I use Waze and Waze tracks police. I love that about Waze. Ever since I've been using Waze, stuff's been going good for me. So as far ticket wise, so I continue to use Waze even if I know where I'm going. And Denver has gotten so ridiculous with the traffic and has become so crowded that I love using Waze because even if I'm going from my house to Lakewood, normally a 25-minute drive on a regular day, 25, 30 minutes, that drive, that could be an hour drive if I'm sitting in traffic on I-70 or if I go around 225, depending on the direction I go. So I always use Waze to just give me the best route. It's going to keep me on schedule with that 25, 30 minutes. That way I'm not like looking at an hour. That's happened to me so many times, especially here in Denver. So yeah, dude, Waze is where it's at, bro. You gotta jump on that.
Yeah, you bet, man.
Sorry, I don't know how I got off on. Did I get sidetracked?
No, I think we were still talking about the social dilemma.
All right.
The dilemma is where we came from, great time, to where we're at today. It's different.
Right.
That's all.
There's
Any
so
good
many
comments?
good, dude. So many good comments. Man, the worst punishment you can do to these kids these days is take their electronics. They think it's the end of the world. Dirty DJ. Exactly.
That's
like
true.
Absolutely end of the world. T-Mobile, my 6-year-old is on her iPad right now doing schoolwork directly with the teacher. Technology used correctly is awesome. There you go, T-Mobile.
That's fair.
Are you guys having any trouble managing that, T-Mobile? That's my question, though. Do you guys have issues with it? Do you have any issues with the kids, getting pissed off when you take it away or when you tell them to, how do you get them to get into family time or get in the car and just sit and listen to a conversation? Like, I feel like when I have kids, I want to be able to sit there. If we're out to eat at Applebee's or wherever we're going out to eat and we're sitting in the lobby waiting, I want this fool to be able to sit there with his hands crossed and just listen to the adult conversation or listen to what's going on around him, take in the room, talk to me, ask some questions. I want us to be able to converse. I don't want him just sitting looking at a screen all the time.
Right.
Like, and I'm trying to, I guess you could just let him not have any friends. Then you could do whatever you want because they don't know any different. I don't know. They see all these kids and all this other stuff. But yeah, don't worry about that. That's for losers, bro. You don't need that. You don't need that until you're 14. But then again, to John King's point in here, he said his daughter's certified on Microsoft Teams, 7 years old. So they know technology inside and out. So if you take the technology from the kids altogether, if you're really not letting them use it as much, you're almost putting them behind the 8 ball a little bit, it feels like, with school and everything else. Such a weird, gosh.
Yeah.
This is what having kids, this is what you gotta deal with. I saw a meme the other day that totally made me rethink wanting to have kids at all. It was this meme, and it's got a huge wave coming up on the shore, and it's got a bunch of people standing here, and they're just about to get crashed with the wave, bro. And the wave, it says e-learning, and on the people down there about to get just crushed by the wave, it says parents and kids. And then over here, there's this guy, and he's leaning on like the little railing, looking over at these people. And he sees them, and he's looking down like this, and he just sees they're about to get fucking smoked.
Oh, wow.
And then on him, it says, people that don't have parents. So e-learning, parents and kids, people that don't have kids. That's what it says, people that don't have kids. So that was me right there, just looking on at this wave about to crash and just wreck these people that have kids because they made this choice to have kids. And just about to get wrecked. And I'm just looking on like, man, I'm really glad I don't have to deal with that.
It's a tough time.
I'm really happy. And then you just think like, oh, you have kids. We're going to have to deal with something regardless. Like, yeah, this coronavirus and all stuff be over. By the time we have kids in a couple years, whatever, there's going to be something. There's going to be something insane. You're going to have to navigate your whole family through, your kids through. That's just life, man.
Yeah.
That's just life.
And it just changes at a faster rate now
right.
than what we ever know.
Right.
And I think that's what we have to be aware of.
That's what makes
it
weird, I guess. Yeah. That's what makes it super
How do you think 70-year-olds feel?
Right.
60, 70, 80-year-olds feel like the amount of time and how things change so dramatically quick now, or at the speed or rate at which it changes. God, that's got to be a mind trip to them because we even feel that way a little bit now, but that only just gets expedited as time goes on.
And oh my God, I mean, look, I'm getting knee injuries over here. Like, how am I going to be? What kind of shape am I going to be in later on? Like, I mean, down the line, you too.
I got urethra problems. I got shit problems. I got teeth problems, bro. I mean, just wait. I can't wait till 55.
But you're working out now. I saw you got a new. Gym.
Holy shit,
dude! I saw your new gym, bro.
Dude, that
picture was great.
Let me see if I have that picture still, because I mean, we're not proud of it necessarily because we have an unfinished basement. But dog, this gym is pretty cool, man. And my lady kind of got it all together. Whatnot. Shit, I guess I don't have the picture of it anymore.
Nice, very anticlimactic, Dal.
Sorry, man. I was gonna show you a sick picture, but yeah, dude, we have a gym. So one of the best known brands out there in like fitness and training, like weights especially, is Rogue. Well, we couldn't afford Rogue, but we found a local company here that is locally not manufactured, but locally created and then manufactured in China, right? Because it's cheaper. But instead of Rogue Fitness, it's called Rep Fitness.
Okay.
And dude, a very, very legitimate brand. I'm sure people in the comments, like Dirty GJ, I'm sure he's like, oh yeah, I've heard of that company. But dude, great shit. I had to put it all together on Saturday before the UFC fight. I was going to go golf, and I put that aside so I could make sure and take care of Robin because, dude, she is so into fitness, man. Dude, that helps her mental state. That helps her physical state. She just loves it, man. And for me to do something like this, to put it together and give her a way to be able to work out and to do this, just made me feel really good. Now, I was still kind of wrapping it up on Sunday, trying to get ready for football, and then I had to go to work. But, dude, we have an official gym.
Nice. Dude.
I am taking membership applications as we speak. We'll give you a great deal. $10 a month. You can come over to the crib anytime you want. Anytime your family wants to come over, we've got the facility to do this.
So are you getting your pump on, though?
I'm getting my pump on.
Are you going to do some cardio, though? I saw a bench press, and I saw a place to get.
We got a squat rack,
pump on.
Dude. We got a squat rack, bench rack. We got.
But I didn't see any cardio machines. I didn't see anything cardio going in there. You need cardio.
Well, I was thinking about getting. So
you need to get your health going better. That's not just getting your pump on.
I've got some money from the house, and I was thinking about doing something nice for you and I. I was thinking about getting us both Pelotons.
What do you mean?
Why not?
No.
I need some competition.
You're not kidding me, a Peloton.
I've got bench press happening. I've got squats. Robin's trying to work on my glutes because I'm what they call Dallas, Mr. Flat Ass. Okay,
that's what they call you.
And then,
downtown,
dude,
huh? Mr. Flat Ass.
Downtown, Mr. Nice. Flat Ass. I'd like to make reservations for Mr. Flat Ass. Oh, Mr. Flat Ass, we ain't seen you in 2 weeks. Where you been, sir? I'll be like, just getting lit up by my girlfriend once again. But no, she's really trying to get my glutes in shape. I guess I'm going to do some squatting. Maybe it'll help me. My core sucks. I've got a pretty weak core. So all of this stuff I'm doing because my health is really kind of taking a downward spiral, unfortunately. But also, I'm trying to think, like, how else can this help me? Hey, I'm trying to go on tour with golf here soon. I need you as a caddy. And Robin's working on my core. We're trying to get my glutes strong. It's only going to help my golf game.
Dude, so this might all work out. The job at the golf course, you're there, you're taking reps, you're getting practice in.
I told you about our first tournament that I just did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
9 under.
Right.
9 under on a 4-man scramble, which isn't that great, but what you have to understand, like we should have been probably 10 or 11 under. We played Green Valley Ranch, which is a championship course, and the greens were like glass. Dog, like I can spin back my wedge shots, like, I'm hitting 100 yards in. Dude, I can spin those bitches right back, dude, about 5 to 10 yards. You spin wedge shots back on glass greens?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in trouble. You're off the green,
right.
Just like that. So, yeah, I mean, shit, we played a tournament, 9 under. We won shoes. We had East Bay credit. And I guess this fundraiser that ran this, I think it was a school. I think it was Heritage something school. So it's a fundraiser for them. So there wasn't a big prize like it would be on a natural tournament. But we got our greens fees paid for, yada, yada. So we've got, I think, $150 worth of East Bay credit, but they're also choosing the shoe. They just needed our size. So I'm going to have a random shoe. And I think what we're going to do with that shoe is we're going to do a giveaway.
Are we?
Yeah, I think we'll give it away, man, because I don't know what the shoe is. Maybe it'll be cool, maybe it won't. But I think it's about $150 to $180 shoe, and we won that for the tournament. So I think we're going to give those away.
Sick.
Which would be cool, sick. So, yeah, man. So golf, lifting, we're on to the next phase, man. I'm going to get huge. I'm going to be a badass golfer. We're going on tour. Most underrated. We're going to retire. And maybe we'll have the most underrated golf league. I don't know.
That would be hit bombs, bro.
I'm just trying to hit bombs.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do.
That would be sick.
So that was my weekend.
Good shit, bro.
How was yours? What'd you do?
Jammed it up, watched sports.
I heard you made some money.
I made a ton of money. I did so good gambling. That's why I said I didn't want to mess shit up, dude, because I was doing just so good sticking to what I do. Sticking to what I stick to, staying on point. Between DraftKings and betting in general, dude, just had a really good weekend. So, the Nuggets game.
Yes.
Last night.
Disheartening.
Let's get to that. We don't even need to worry about game one. Last night. Oh, dude. It just didn't feel like the Nuggets were even close. The entire game, it just felt like Lakers were going to blow them out. Lakers were going to win it. Then they started doing that hang around, creep around shit. And they started to close the distance. And finally, the Nuggets get back into the game to a point where they could actually take the lead with a minute to go.
Jokic put the team on the shoulders.
Insane.
Yeah.
They get back to it. What were you thinking when they were up by 1 point and the Lakers are coming down the court and Caruso misses that long 3-pointer and it goes out of bounds off Danny Green?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I thought the game was over right there. Once he missed it, I'm like, oh shit, this game's over. That's it. And then all of a sudden it gets fumbled around. I see 2 seconds. I'm like, fuck.
That's 2 seconds too long.
2 seconds. And they're on that side of the court.
Right.
Anything can happen. How many, especially the NBA, the way these guys shoot.
Yeah.
And AD with the Mamba mentality last night, dude.
With the Mamba jerseys, the dark jerseys.
I know, dude. How cool is that?
I know.
Here, let me play this sound from Anthony Davis. You know what we're talking about. They were wearing these black Laker jerseys that have like a snakeskin print kind of on them.
Super nice.
And they're the Lakers Mamba jerseys. And here's what AD had to say after the game.
First, walk me through in that play. Was there any doubt in your mind who was taking that last shot?
No. We ran the play. It was supposed to be for Braun. I looked at Rondo the whole time.
Wait up. We ran a play. It was supposed to be for Braun, he said. Okay?
Yeah.
I looked at Rondo the whole time. Okay, AD.
People talking about never been in this moment. Pressure. Am I ready for it? I want to take those shots. It's part of the legacy. I want those shots. I want the big-time plays. And we're going to live with me, die with me shooting the last, game-winning shots, and I made it. This is what they brought me here for, to make big-time plays.
Love that confidence.
Obviously, we win the Mamba jerseys. Never want to lose in these jerseys, never want to lose at all, but that's a hell of a team. They don't.
Obviously, we're wearing the Mamba jerseys. Never want to lose in these jerseys. Never want to lose at all. That's respect right there.
Yeah.
And the way they came back at the end there looked like...
Never say die.
Right.
Never say die.
The way they came back and the way the Nuggets climbed back in the game was good, but it never felt like the Nuggets even deserved to climb back in the game. It didn't feel like the Nuggets deserved to be there. It's like you just looked up at the end of the game and they were there. It never felt like they were putting pressure on the Lakers. It never felt like they were putting the Lakers into a corner until all of a sudden you looked up at the end and somehow they're up 1 point.
Yeah.
And the Lakers it's like, oh shit, the Lakers might lose this. That's how it felt to me.
Yeah. I felt like the Lakers kind of made some mistakes at the end and allowed the Nuggets to sneak back in. I want to say that Jokic put him on the shoulders, put the team on his shoulders, but I think the Lakers made enough mistakes there at the end to make it a game to where the Nuggets could have maybe won. But then all of a sudden they're like, holy shit, what are we doing here? And that mentality and that AD, like I said, I told you AD was going to be a problem. I told you there was no solution with AD. And the fact that
there isn't a solution.
And the fact that AD and Rondo are gelling so well. Like
Dude, how good
LeBron,
does Rondo look this
LeBron,
series,
who all of a sudden, yeah, sure, he's had some good assists. Yeah, he's had a couple blocks.
Disrespecting the king like that?
I'm saying,
Dang.
dude, there's a new king in LA, and it may be AD.
Disrespecting him like
Cornrows and all from 10 years ago.
that? Man.
Like, there might be a new king in LA, and it ain't LeBron.
What did Bron
Sorry, John
do?
King.
What did Bron do yesterday? 26 points. Let me see. Yeah, that's the thing, though. You're right, dude. You're right. LeBron really, this series, he was not great in game one. What do you have, 15 points?
I think
game one?
15 or 16, yes.
Something really, really low like that. And then down the stretch, just 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting in the fourth quarter. Is there anybody that wanted the ball less in the fourth quarter than LeBron? It seemed to me.
Right.
It seemed like every time LeBron got that ball, and he had a chance to pop a three in someone's grill or take the shot, he passed it off. Passed the rock every single time.
And there's some great passes. I don't want to take anything away from those passes.
And maybe that's just, hey, I'm not trying to be a hater,
right?
But we look at it as like, oh, he doesn't want to take the shot. He doesn't want to take the big shot. He's not confident. But maybe he looks at it like, shit, I'm 1 for 6. I got 2 points. I'm not doing very well. I'm not hot. He had a couple different air balls. Did you see a couple of those heat checks?
I did.
Air ball. So maybe he was like, it's not for me.
Not for me. Not my time.
I'm going to continue to dish. So it depends on how you want to look at it. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people on Twitter that obviously don't like LeBron, and they're the first to come to the table with, this guy doesn't want the ball. But if we're talking, it depends on which conversation you're having and who you're talking to. If you're having the LeBron versus Jordan conversation, then it's a big deal, and you can't talk about, well, he was just cold and he wanted to dish it off, because the guy across the table you're talking about, and Mike Jordan never did that.
He never wanted to do that. Never would do that.
In a playoff game, he's never scoring 2 points and going 1 for 6. Never, never, never. Never. It's just not happening. Pull me a game where Jordan went 1 for 6 and scored 2 points in the fourth in a playoff game.
I mean, it's the 17th year in the league. He's tired.
Right.
He's tired.
Right. That'll be the excuse, right? He got there less times or something.
Dwight Howard looked more energetic, at least in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, is it? Yeah.
Dwight Howard, I think this is year 16 for D. Howard. I think 1 year short.
He looks good, man. And he's giving Joker some problems. Joker's struggling with that length, guy.
They're getting in Joker's head.
It looks
somehow I feel like Dwight, especially, getting in Joker's head.
They're just good.
Which Joker doesn't ever play with any emotion. That's the crazy thing. How is anybody getting in his head? Dwight's getting in his head.
They're roughing him up a little bit, too. Did you see LeBron run him over? He got cracked in the nose early.
I did see that. Yeah, some elbows.
He's getting a little bit roughed up. I thought the positives for the Nuggets, what I did like that they got Porter Jr. going earlier. The broadcast alluded to that. They talked about Michael Porter Jr. making some shots early on in the game. They said he was pretty lethargic in game 1. Didn't even look like he knew where to be on the floor. He was kind of just jogging around, wasn't running hard, wasn't cutting to the hoop. He looked a lot better early on in the game. I like that they got him more involved there early on. What do you think about game 3?
Game 3.
John King's talking about sweep in the chat. I've heard some other talk about sweep. Where you talking about sweep or no?
There will not be a sweep. I think I actually, and it's not to be one of those guys who's like, hey, we were super far off in game 1. We were super close on game 2. I mean, I think we've made the adjustments to be back in the game, to be back in the series. Now, I say that loosely. I do not believe the Nuggets will win this series. That's the bad news. I do believe the Lakers will take it. Now, will they do it in 6 or 7? It's hard saying. It's hard telling. I think probably 6 for sure, but I think the Nuggets win game 3. I think the Nuggets have made good adjustments game 2. It took the second half to do it finally. But I think the Nuggets are starting to make the adjustments, and I think they understand where they're at because they've dealt with Game 7s, not only in the first series, but the second series. So I think, again, a younger team, they got the legs. They're starting to figure some things out. So, yeah, I mean, I think the Nuggets win next game, but, I think the Lakers have it in 6 or 7. That's my belief so far. Where are you at?
Gosh, it's so hard not to be a prisoner of the moment, right? It's so hard not to look at what's happening and just look at like, wow, this is real domination. Even though the Nuggets had the chance to win it with 2 seconds left last night.
It's still dominating.
It's still been dominating.
There's no question.
But can the Nuggets be on the reverse side of a couple games like last night?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Can they go off and rattle off 2 here, and all of a sudden you look you look over and like, wow, it's 2-2 off of a game last night. Game 1, terrible. They got blown out, right? Nothing was working the way it was supposed to. Last night, it wasn't great, and they did look tired, and they looked, they just did, they looked kind of lethargic. But somehow they kept plodding along, and they were there at the end. Gosh. I'm going to say the Lakers get it done in 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah.
I'm probably with you on 6. I think I'm with you on 6.
I think the Lakers get it done in 5 or 6. And yeah, I needed them. I need them to get it done. I can't have them sweep. Honestly, I need them to get it done in 6 or 7. Because I have bets on the Lakers to win 4-3, 4-2, and the Nuggets to win 4-2, 4-3. So the Nuggets are long odds. So that's what I was hoping. If that happens, then I'd be getting big money. If the Lakers do it, I'm going to lose that money on the Nuggets, and it's almost going to like break even.
Right.
But what I can't have happen is the Lakers sweep them 4-0.
Can't do that.
The Lakers sweep or win 4-1. I can't have that. 4-0 or 4-1, then I lose all the bets. At least 4-2 or 4-3, I cash the Laker ticket, which will pay off. I won't make much money. I may profit $20 at the end of it, but it'll pay off all the money I lost in the Nuggets. Yeah.
Would you be more confident if we were playing traditional NBA and going from city to city with the Nuggets? Would you be a little bit more confident and say, you know what, we're going 6 because we at least have the home crowd?
Yeah. Plus the mile high, it's tough here.
Totally.
We've seen Denver. Makes it tough on teams. The altitude, the running, old ass LeBron.
Yeah.
Out here in the mile high.
Here in
you got
Utah.
to take it. You ain't got to jump on flights.
Yeah.
Look at this, 25 piece on a sweep. The odds aren't even with me. Take the bet. I'm taking all bets. Stop talking in the chat.
Sounds like John King. Sounds like John King.
If you're confident, John King, I'm gonna take that. I'm in with you. You and I like that bet. So if they sweep, I'll pay you 25. If they don't sweep, you pay me 25. That's it? Clear? It's even money, 25 for 25. I'm in.
Yeah. I got 25 on it.
Do we got 20?
Nice.
Damn it. It didn't work as good as I thought it was.
That's pretty good.
It was all right. So, all right, let me know. I'm in. I'm in for 25 on that. I'll take that. Even money.
Wait, that we get his bet is that we get sweeped in 4?
We're locked. What's up?
His bet is we get sweeped in 4. If we don't get sweeped in 4, we take money.
Swept in 4.
Swept in 4. Did I say sweeped in 4?
Yeah,
sorry.
It's all right.
Swept
in
4.
Easy.
John King, I'll take that bet too. 25.
You want 25 with Dow as well, King. King and I are already locked.
King, can I
don't
have
know
that?
what his bankroll looks like. I don't know if he's got the ability to throw out another 25. I'm going to ask him right now. King,
can I have that with you?
Are you putting another 25 with Dow? It's always dudes talking about the refs.
John King, we haven't talked about the refs. Do we have 25 on this or not,
He's
John King?
He's delayed a little in the chat, dog. Give him a break.
I'm going to start yelling.
Jeez, give him some cred, guy.
I want that bet.
I don't even, where's my,
Give them some credit, I mean, for real.
He says exactly, Dow.
Does that mean yes?
Does that mean are we on? I feel like I'm in 2nd grade, like, going to give John King a note. Do you like me, John? Circle yes or no.
No, he said nah. Locked it with TTF. He's not in with you.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want this.
One only.
He doesn't want this.
Me and him are...
The bankroll must be small with John King. He's still 0-2 in fantasy. I get that.
Oh, boy.
I get that, John King. That's okay. I forgive you.
What's the bet? Sean, the bet is, if you're just tuning in, John King bet the Lakers sweep the Nuggets. I just have no sweep. So if the Nuggets can get a game, John's paying me 25. If they sweep, I'm going to pay him 25. That's the bet. There you go.
It's a good bet.
That's
I wanted that bet too.
I like that. I wanted that bet too, but you're a little too late, guy.
I guess so.
You're a little too late to the party.
I'm glad you jumped on it.
I'm excited for Wednesday night. Or no, wait, Tuesday night, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Clippers Nuggets, game 3. We'll see how that goes down. And then we'll have game 4 Thursday night, but we'll be back here Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about game 3 and
what
if we're talking about a sweep.
Maybe
Might be talking about a sweep on Thursday.
Maybe you get your cash out, or maybe you cash out John. Who knows?
Right. All right, let's do a little bit of this, Dal. It was a crazy NFL weekend. God, I love that music, right? Doesn't that
Makes
just
me pumped.
remind you of football season? Is it cold out yet? Is the snow falling yet? Because football's here. Week 2
The gridiron
of the NFL season. Let's recap the weekend, go over our heaters here. Dal, did I mess up? Someone in the chat, I think it was T-Buck, he just said, wow, look at the spread on that Dow on that Jaguars-Titans game. I have +9 in here. Did I mess that up? Because I just looked at the odds at the that locked at game time, and it was Titans -6.5, which is fine. Either way, you would have covered. If it was Jags, you would add Jags +6.5.
Right.
Titans won 33-30. So you're good. You're good either way. But he just brought that to my attention in the chat. Did I mess that up? Was it? Did I write 9 or was it 9 and the line moved all crazy? Did you have 9 or did you have 6.5?
I thought I had 6.5 on that.
All right, then I messed
Yeah,
it up.
I had 6.5 on that.
It doesn't matter.
That's what it was. Still covered.
Yeah, I must. Maybe I typed it wrong. I probably did type it wrong. I fat fingered it or did some dyslexia.
Maybe you had I got 9 on it instead of 10 on it.
I got 9.
I got 9.
But let's just start with that game.
Yeah.
Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. Dow gets the easy cover, +6.5 on Gardner Minshew.
Minshew mania.
Did you watch? Were you watching the games yesterday? You said you were working.
I
You have
watched
Red Zone there.
I had
Yeah.
Red Zone
How
for
does
a
that work?
little bit
Okay.
that I was able to kind of be locked on. So, yeah, I got to see some of those scoring plays. Got to see Minshew at his best, of course. What about that new Robinson? That new running back over there.
Oh yeah,
He smells delightful, doesn't he?
looks good.
Wow.
Why do they need Leonard Fournette?
I would say Robin eats Fournette.
Why pay him
That's
all
where
that
I'm
money?
at. Don't pay him. Get him out of there.
Don't pay him all that money at all.
Give him to the Bucks.
Last night, Seahawks, Patriots. You and I, both on Seattle
Yeah.
-4.
Oh.
Oh, and we eke it out, baby.
Ooh, I was nervous.
35-30.
My butthole was sweating.
Were you sweating it
I
out?
was sweating a little bit. But
Now-
in Russ, we trust.
In Russ, we trust.
He is the MVP. He is the early MVP. He's never got the MVP.
He was the MVP after last season. Go look up after week 2.
He's got it this year.
He was the MVP.
They're finally going to give Russ the MVP that he's so deserved of.
Why?
For many years.
Because he's got weapons now? Hey, let's give him the MVP now that he actually has some weapons.
He doesn't have weapons. He has the same weapons.
No, DK Metcalf.
He's had DK
Lockett, Carson's healthy
He's
this
had one
year.
hand in his pocket Lockett for years now. He's had Carson for years now. Carson came to the league, 2017?
Lockett by himself is not a weapon. Lockett with somebody else, like DK or someone on the other side, now he turns into a weapon.
They had Lockett and Baldwin until Baldwin retired.
Right. Then they just had Lockett.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I still think he's MVP. And regardless, he's going to get MVP this year.
I hope you're right. I think he deserves it. I don't even know what we're arguing about.
Do you want to do some bets on that?
Shut up.
John King.
So we get that one last night.
Yeah.
Did it amaze you that Bill Belichick, gosh, that guy, dude, what a hell of a coach that guy is.
Yeah.
How he can take a team and have an offense that's built for Tom Brady. Him and Josh McDaniels, they put together this offense and they just completely flipped it around, did a whole 180, bring in Cam Newton. It's a completely different offense.
That nobody wanted to sign.
It's tailored specifically to Cam's strengths. And this is why they continue to be successful as an organization.
Are who they are.
Even if they lost yesterday, even if they don't make the playoffs this year, what they're doing, I mean.
Do you have the Dennis Green soundbite? The Patriots are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
They continue to do that. How about this, though?
They're going to continue to figure shit out and get better, too.
I will tell you this. The most impressive thing that I saw last night from the Patriots, outside of Belichick's beak that he had with his mask,
the mask, yeah,
was his son's mullet. I got to get my mullet back. Did you see the incredible mullet that his son has rocking right now?
How's that, Steve? Yeah,
Dude,
Steve Belichick.
Steve Belichick's mullet, is
I was sad.
ungodly
I was
incredible.
looking at the camera and I was like, wow, this could be Dow. This reminds me of Dow because you come in here, you
Yeah.
got the headphones on, you got the mullet rocking.
Yeah.
He had the half headset on with the mullet rocking.
Great.
That was you.
Robin had to interfere and say, cut that shit finally after a year and a half.
Can't believe it.
I know.
Steve Belichick.
Steve.
San Francisco 49ers -7. Easy money for Dow Palantonio yesterday. Didn't even look like the game was close.
Right.
Dude, talk about injuries, though.
Oh,
San
shit.
Francisco had a ton of huge injuries.
The Jets had all the opportunities that they could ever have.
Your boy.
Because of the injuries.
Right.
But they are, the Jets are the Jets. They're the worst team in the league and have been. They're the worst franchise outside of the New York Knicks for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Your main injuries for San Francisco, you had Nick Bosa, obviously number one. He's expected to be out with a torn ACL.
That one hurts.
You have Jimmy Garoppolo, who is, I don't think it's serious.
I think it's a
high ankle sprain.
Yeah, it's cankle.
Is what I'm looking at. And then you have Raheem Mostert, who went out with a sprained MCL.
It's a big one.
Who knows how that's going to go down?
You think Jerick McKinnon is that dude that can take over?
Well, dude, Tevin Coleman went out with an undisclosed knee injury, too. We don't even know what that is. So, yeah, Jerick McKinnon is that dude.
Well, he's that dude.
But he missed all, if you remember, he missed all of 2018 and 2019 with the torn ACL. So, McKinnon is a guy that could be on that banged-up list after next week. You know you need to pick up then? Jeff Wilson Jr. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Stashed way deep on the dude, there he is. Jeff Wilson Jr. He's going to be called up, bro.
Dang.
He's going to be saving your fantasy season later this year.
I thought heaters wasn't until next week.
Jeff Wilson Jr.
That's a great heat.
That's fantasy advice.
Great heat pick.
A start 'em sit 'ems guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's right.
Not heaters. Start 'em sit 'ems. So Niners get the easy win. Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray. How good is he looking, huh?
Oh, dude.
It's Washington, but still.
2-0 feels real good.
Feels good. I covered that one.
It's the Washington football team.
I just say it's Washington.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. I knew. I started Murray yesterday in DK.
I had him in 3 leagues.
He was gonna tear it up yesterday just because Washington was so aggressive week one against the Eagles, coming off the win. Eagles missing 3 offensive linemen, just like we had talked about, right? I knew Washington would come in overzealous on the D-line, overzealous with the pass rush, and they just got eaten alive by Murray, dude. Murray continually stepped up in the pocket, found those creases, burned them on the runs. They burned them with those little screens from Kenyon Drake. Their D-line was just crashing all day, every day, trying to get Murray, and he just kept slipping out, dude, slipping right out the backside. Worked perfectly. This guy's fun, dude. Fun to watch.
He's dope, dude.
I like Kyler Murray a lot. That was a cover. Easy cover. -6 there. Dal Palantonio on the Atlanta Falcons. Gut-wrenching for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
But they somehow get the win. Or they cover the spread.
Cover the spread, yeah.
4.5. Plus 4.5 was the line Dal got on them. They lose the game 39-40. Cowboys come back.
Point. Wow.
I told you guys I cashed a huge ticket on that one. That was a good game. For me, Packers -6. It was looking a little scary early. Aaron Jones got going. Didn't even need Aaron Rodgers. I don't even think he threw for 220. Not even 250 passing yesterday.
Devontae Adams, I should have sat him.
He got hurt.
Nobody heard from him.
He got hurt
after
too.
that.
Yep.
Sucks.
He's another big-time injury.
Yep.
So he's out as well. But Green Bay, nonetheless, gets the cover for me there. Your last one, the LA Rams +1. They were another one, kind of looking a little bit questionable yesterday, but eke it out, get the win. You go 5-0, bro. 5-0 yesterday.
Feels good.
Nice job, Dal. I'm looking to go 5-0 tonight. I have the Raiders +6 from the Death Star. No, what was it called? Is it called the Death Star?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, John Gruden loves that name.
I don't watch Star Wars, so I was thinking Death Con or
The Death Star.
something. The Death Star.
I don't watch it either.
So I got Raiders +6 tonight.
How you
over
feeling?
there.
How you feeling about that?
I feel good, dude.
Do you?
I do. I think having to focus or not having to focus on Michael Thomas, the Raiders are able to focus their defense more on shutting down Alvin Kamara. It's the next biggest weapon. It doesn't take a ton to shut down Emmanuel Sanders. I think you can let him get all that little underneath, quick 5-yard turnaround and quick out bullshit. But he's not a guy that's going to beat you over the top unless you make serious mistakes. He shouldn't. He's a 32-year-old receiver with an ACL surgery himself. But the Raiders defense, we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't look great last week. They weren't stopping them, but it's week one. I wasn't going to overreact. That's why I jumped on them this week. I like the Raiders opening that new stadium. I think they'll have some extra juice tonight.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do a captainship starting lineup with DraftKings, and I'm going to have Jared Cook as the captain.
Cooker.
I think that's what we're going to do.
Nice.
We'll see what happens.
That'll be good, huh?
Yeah.
Jared Cook. All right, so let me hit this really quickly to wrap up let me hit a few NFL stories here. Number one, I told you about the money that I hit yesterday.
Yeah.
On the Cowboys.
Great day.
Great day for me. Well, I'm going to tell you it was not a great day for a gentleman. With 7 minutes left on Sunday, the Falcons led the Cowboys 39-24. Their in-game live money odds at that point, minus 3,333.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, minus 3,000, let's just call it, okay? So that would mean for you noobs, if it's minus 3,000, that means you got to put up $3,000 just to win $100.
Jeez.
That's how big of a favorite they are. With 7 minutes left in the game, up 39-24. Vegas thought there was virtually no chance that they could come back, and that's why these odds were so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone else thought there was no chance that the Cowboys could come back. And he was like, I'll take those long odds. And he bet $35,000 on the Atlanta Falcons to win $1,050. This is like my Hamzat Chimaev bet from last week, but way worse. Hamzat Chimaev was minus 400. This guy was minus 3,000.
1,333.
So I thought I was an idiot for risking $800 on Saturday night just to win $200.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a lot of risk there.
Yeah.
But I got my $800 back and I got the 2. Feels good. This guy, he was hoping to walk out with his $36,050. Instead, my man throws down 35 G's to win $1,050 on the Falcons. And as we just talked about, Falcons blow a crazy lead. The Cowboys come back and recover this onside. Did you see the onside kick?
I did.
Spinning like a top?
Yeah, like they kicked it weird. Nobody plans to like field a ball like that.
The fact that they don't know the onside kick rules.
It's like a sprinkler.
A lot of those guys are specialists anyways. They don't even play another position. They're on the depth chart as a D-back or a wide receiver or a fullback or a tight end, but they don't get to play. That's their job. You're a specialist. You should know special teams inside and out. You should know that when the ball's spinning there, the Cowboys can't jump on it before 10 yards, but we can. I can jump on this and cover this up at any time and end this play. And the Cowboys have no shot to jump on it.
Yeah.
Instead, they just let it spin past 10 yards and the Cowboys jump on it.
Of course.
It was insane.
I don't understand.
It was probably one. The announcer did a good job on the broadcast. I don't know if you heard it. He said, this reminds me of in baseball when the third baseman is playing the ball that's coming down the line, the bunt, and he just knows it's going to go foul. And at the last second, it just hits a rock and skips up and doesn't go foul, and it kind of stays fair or stays inside the bag. And then all of a sudden he's screwed. The guy gets to first. They move the runner over. He's like, this reminded me of the same shit. Everyone was just standing there like, I know it's going to go out of bounds, or I know it's not going to go 10 yards.
Waiting for the obvious.
Right. It's not going to go 10. It's not going to go 10. All of a sudden it goes 10. The Cowboys have the ball. Jerry Jones is up in the box like this. Did you see him
with his weird mask? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable. So even worse for the Falcons. Worse for. I mean, this is the worst beat of the weekend. This guy put up $35,000 to win what he thought was an easy $1,050. He's like, oh, you guys are giving away $1,050? Here, I'll take it. 39-24, 7 minutes to go. I'm not gonna come back, but he forgot. These guys gave up like a 24-6 lead in the Super Bowl to Tom Brady. You remember that one? Remember that epic meltdown? What was worse?
Dude.
Is that worse because it was a Super Bowl? Or it was 28-3. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's
28-3.
Losing my $1,400 worth of profit on a $30 bet. That's pretty bad. But $35,000 to make just over $1,000, that's worse. That's a bad beat.
I don't know if this makes the bettor feel any better, but dude, this was a historic beat. According to Elias Sports Bureau, NFL teams that scored 39 points with no turnovers, as Atlanta did, were 440-0 since 1933, when turnovers were first tracked as a stat.
No, that doesn't make me feel better. I bet that guy doesn't feel any better.
Teams that have scored 39 points with no turnovers, 440-0 in this scenario. He's the one. He's now the 440-1, and he lost $35,000 over the weekend.
Straight cash, homie.
Whew. Unfortunate for that, man. But I just wanted to fill you guys in on that interesting story there. Because it can go very badly, even with your betting on a heavy favorite, and it feels like a lock, and it feels like the easiest money, just like Hamzat Chimaev did this weekend. Mm-hmm. You never know. Mm-hmm. It may not be the easiest money. It may not turn out like you think it's going to turn out.
Hey, that's the truth.
Dude, how crazy is that shit? Injuries, I'm not going to go down the whole injury list over the weekend. Just know there was a laundry list of them. Mm-hmm. The injury bug decided to say, hey, I'm going to come out and play today, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out and get
some
people.
It's game day, baby.
It's game day, baby. Wait.
It's game day, baby. Wake the fuck up.
That's the injury bug right there.
Yeah.
Just came out to play. Tons of injuries. Let me finish with this last story here. I don't know if you heard about James White.
I did. What a tragic story.
So Russell Wilson gave in his post-game presser last night, he gave a shout-out to James White. You saw one of the McCourty twins, when he picked off Russell Wilson, he did a pick 6 in the first quarter, picked off Russell Wilson, took it to the crib, and there was a camera at the end of the end zone that said, "Celebrate here." Seahawks, celebrate here. He went up and started celebrating in the camera, and then he said, "Hey, 28, we love you. We're thinking about you." So there were several tributes there. You said Tom Brady.
Yeah, on socials. Yep.
If you missed it, James White's dad, a former Miami-Dade police captain, Tyrone White, was killed in a violent crash around 1 p.m. in Cooper City, Florida, just hours before the Patriots were set to play the Seahawks yesterday. Cops say they responded to a 2-car accident. One vehicle flipped over while the other was on fire. Officers say Tyrone was pronounced dead at the scene, while White's mother, a passenger in Tyrone's car, was transported to the hospital, reportedly in critical condition. White ended up sitting out the Patriots' loss to Seattle after hearing the news. And he got the news right before, and that was it. He got pulled. Yeah. So
I remember Adam Schefter's tweet yesterday saying something about James White is a scratch or something like that, and at the end he says, "Huge surprise." Like, and I don't think Adam Schefter knew at that time what was going on, but I think he was just saying, "Hey, it's a huge surprise."
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't on the injury list, anything of that nature. So, I mean, yeah, it was a shocking last-minute call for sure.
Yeah, very just strange.
Yeah, strange and tough, man.
Speaking of strange, sorry, I said the last NFL story real quick. What did you make of Tyrod Taylor? Right before the game, they said Justin Herbert found out minutes before the game.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know if it was really minutes. I feel like it was like a minute or two, and that was it. Like, hey, they asked him, "Did you think it was a joke?"
Yeah,
and Herbert's like, "No, well, I'm programmed to play it whenever my number is called," kind of thing. And I think he did pretty good with the reporters, but it was like right before. And I guess it's Tyrod Taylor complaining of chest pains.
Yeah, he said he had a chest injury.
Huh?
They said he had a chest injury, and that obviously they were trying to take it right up to game time to see if they could get him to get through it or get going, and just couldn't. I guess
do it.
That's so strange. I mean, when do you ever hear of a quarterback having a chest injury in pregame? That was not existent. That was non-existent before going into the week. No, there was no reports of this.
Yeah.
Nothing going on. All of a sudden, before the game, he has a chest injury in pregame. And not only does he have a chest injury in pregame, it keeps him out of the whole game. He doesn't even start. He doesn't take the first snap.
You don't see it.
How weird is that?
You don't see it.
How it just, man, when 2020 bites Tyrod Taylor in the ass. I just got my dose. You saw we talked about it the last episode. All stuff that just happened to me. Yeah. You've been having your dose with the health problems and stuff. Everybody is getting a little bit of this. Everybody's getting sprinkled with a little bit here in 2020. Tyrod Taylor just got his shot. He got sprinkled with a little bit. But what may be, the downfall of one man, oftentimes in sports, is a blessing for another guy. And especially in NFL, where it's the next man up mentality, like no other. Does Tyrod Taylor ever play again? I tweeted it out yesterday. Or does he ever start again for LA?
He doesn't start again, no.
Do you think he even starts anywhere? Does he just go into a backup role?
Well, I would tell you the way the injuries are already started in week 2, I think another team picks him up.
You don't think why wouldn't LA just keep him as their backup?
I mean, they might for sure, but
I'm saying next year. I assume LA is going to keep him as the backup.
That's what I would think, but I would think with the way injuries are happening. I mean, look, we've got Jeff Driscoll. I didn't even know he was our backup.
Right.
Did you know Jeff Driscoll was our backup? You did?
I did, but yeah.
All right.
Just because I know people were clamoring for Kyle Sloter to bring him back.
Oh, yeah, Sloter.
Because people were really like, I remember seeing on Twitter, like Bronco Twitter, like, we're really going into the season with Jeff Driscoll as the backup? Like, why not go get Sloter? Why not go get Osweiler? Why not go get someone that's been in the system or someone that's a little, that has at least a little bit of proven backup? And Jeff Driscoll, it is. And
there it is.
He goes into the game. He didn't look, honestly, didn't look terrible.
Who did he play with last? Carolina?
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea. But he didn't look terrible. I think he has started only like 5 games or 6 games or something.
Yeah, he had some good tosses. Yeah, he's been designated backup for a long time.
Didn't look like Justin Herbert though. That's for sure. Holy shit,
that guy looked good.
That guy stepped in like nothing, like clockwork.
Yeah.
Speaking of Speaking of the Broncos though, bad news, dude. They're gonna get waxed by the Bucs this weekend. Locke's out for a couple weeks. Cortland Sutton is now out, maybe gone for the season.
ACL. Yep.
ACL.
Von Miller's been out.
Von Miller's been out. It's adding up for us. Not Judy yesterday. Who the hell?
No, Jerry Jeudy had a rib issue and was taken out for a little bit, but did come back. Remember, Jerry Jeudy had a rib, some sort of incident. Yep,
rib injury or something like that.
Rib injury.
Jesus. I lied. One more NFL story. Hit me with the Deion Sanders news.
Oh yeah, man, Deion Sanders. It's interesting because Deion Sanders has obviously been in the news here lately because of the Barstool acquisition, right?
Right.
Acquisition, I should say, not acquisition. And so he's now kind of one of the faces of Barstool, and that's pretty cool. So now he is yet back in the news. And the reason he took the Barstool adventure was they promised to give him flexibility, which the NFL Network wouldn't give him because he loves coaching. That's one of the big things. So he was actually finally just picked up and made the next head coach of Jackson State. He announced on his podcast,
Nice.
21st and Prime.
All right,
on Monday. So this will be Sanders' first collegiate coaching job, and he states, God called me to Jackson State, because he's pretty religious,
Right, now, yep.
acts or says to be. He said on his podcast, Jackson State acting president Thomas Hudson and athletic director Ashley Robinson confirmed the hiring on the show. I want to play a little video for you real quick. We're not going to get the audio. We're not going to get all the, ambulance noise and all the sirens, but I'm going to play a little video on how he was actually introduced into Jackson State today. How about that?
Let me see. Yeah.
All right. Let me get the play here.
You'll be able to see it all, but there's no audio?
Yeah, no audio, but you'll be able to see it all. So you got a marching band. No big deal. That's pretty standard at the collegiate level, right? You have your own marching band. Then all of a sudden you have the escorts coming in.
A little
motorcade with the lights flashing. Obviously the sirens are just insanely annoying at this point through the video. But then you've got the Camaro.
Thank
coming
goodness
through.
we don't have the sound actually then, huh?
Yeah. It's pretty annoying. And then you got a couple Mounties just walking there.
Mounties.
And then, of course, you got the Cadillac Escalade coming through. Just a beautiful Escalade. Look at this thing. Just balling. Everybody's got their masks on. I feel good about that. Check this out. Cadillac of Jackson. So
nice.
You got a little
branding there.
Little branding right there.
Deion stepping out.
Well, they're about to step out. Watch this entourage that steps out of this thing. This is his wife, I believe, that's getting helped out here. Pull down the skirt a little bit. Let me get myself ready here. You got the driver coming out. Look at this, dude. The entourage just runs deep with Deion. But watch what he's wearing, dude. He's, Deion primetime.
Decked out.
He's always got the dopest threads. You know what I mean?
Everyone masked up.
Everybody's masked up. Getting ready, looking, check. How do I look? Everybody's good. Fist bumps.
It's a lot, Dal. This better be. Is this going to be anticlimactic, Dal?
This is probably anticlimactic, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. But then after you see the entourage and whatnot, he walks up to the stage, got his threads, got his family, walks up to the stage, and that's kind of it. But yeah, I just wanted to show.
I thought he was about to be in some crazy shoes. I thought you were about to show some. I thought he was about to be.
About to decked out?
Yeah, like jumping out. Like
Nah.
Okay.
I just want to show the motorcade inside, being walked up to the stage, Primetime. He's always got to make an entrance. And I don't believe that was some of the best. I mean, I think Saban has flown into places, landed helicopters. Like, you've seen some really crazy shit back in the day. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that's crazy, but I just wanted to say, hey, Primetime's here. He had to make his entrance. He had his entourage looking good, had the motorcade. Let's get it.
I think he, do you think he goes here? Deion's coaching career. You think he goes from there to a bigger program and he takes on a bigger program? He starts to get a name in coaching, or you think he just does this gig and then he goes back out of coaching and back to the media?
Primetime's big.
What do you think?
Primetime's big. This is the starting point to his coaching on the collegiate level. And I think
coaching requires a lot, bro.
It does.
And it's college coaching more than anything else. And you think Deion?
How good is he at recruiting?
That's what I'm just going to say.
What is his background?
Is he going to be out there sitting in these kids' living rooms? Bro, did you see? I just watched 60 Minutes last night.
He's a talker,
Yeah, but exactly. But, dude, you got to be there in front of them.
Right.
I just watched 60 Minutes last night. Ed Orgeron. They did a profile on him. Check it out. Ed O. Louisiana.
Hey,
LSU. Ed Orgeron. Guess what he said?
My whole team's had corona.
Guess what he said?
Hopefully they don't get it again.
The biggest thing, the biggest success for their program, recruiting, because I'm able to go out there. I'm sitting in front of these recruits, and he said, you know what? These kids these days are more fickle than ever. Recruiting's harder than ever because they have ego. They have, I haven't heard from this coach in 2 days. What's going on? Oh, they forgot about me. They don't like me anymore. That's how these kids feel. And Orgeron's telling this to 60 Minutes last night, and he goes, you need to keep up on the recruiting. You need to be talking to these kids every day. And he goes, it's good for me because I'm on the phone every morning. I wake up at 4:30. I'm on the elliptical. I'm on the phone. And he said he's out there. He's hitting these fools every single day. Wow. And he said, a kid tells me no, he's going to have to tell me no 1,000 times before I'm leaving him alone. I'm not leaving him alone. He ain't going to be able to tell me no once or twice, and I'm just going to leave. He's going to be bothered. And is Deion going to be doing that? That's what I'm saying. Is he going to be bothering these kids? No. Is he going to be in their ear like Ed O? Is he going to be, because that's what it takes to get to the top level.
I think he can do it. I see it. Okay. I see that in Deion.
All right.
Dude, you know what that reminds me of is Ed O with the whole 60 Minutes. It reminds me of him in The Blind Side. Remember with Sandra Bullock?
Yes.
He was doing the recruiting to Sandra Bullock's son.
Ed Orgeron was in The Blind Side?
Yeah, he was talking to
Michael Lohr.
Yeah, yes, Michael Lohr, but he was doing the negotiating with the brother, Sandra Bullock's son in there, the one that Michael Lohr lived with, the family he lived with. What was his name? JJ or I forget his.
In the movie, Ed Orgeron is in The Blind Side?
Yes, dude. He is doing some of the recruiting in it. So that story took me back to The Blind Side when he was doing the recruiting in that movie.
Interesting.
Ed's been a recruiter.
Holy shit.
Ed's been there, done that.
Yes, before he took over at LSU, he starred in Hollywood in The Blind Side, the 2009 film based on the true story of Michael Lohr and his path from a Memphis housing project to the NCAA All-American and now NFL star.
You bet.
And NFL star with the Baltimore Ravens.
Hey,
that was from...
Dallas always has a little detail, but not the full.
Yeah, just enough to be dangerous.
That's it.
Yeah. Edo.
Just like what? Russ. I woke up feeling
good
dangerous.
Shit. Congratulations to Deion. Congratulations to Primetime. I hope he does well over there. I just hope he's ready for the work. I mean, it's Deion. He should know what it takes.
Hayden Meek says SJ is the name of the kid. That's it. SJ. He's doing
SJ.
He's recruiting with SJ, the little kid. Like,
that's
SJ,
right.
Hey, I promise you to give you this. I'll let you walk out with the team.
I haven't seen it for a hot minute.
Your Ed almost took a Stone Cold turn.
Oh, did it?
It did.
My Edo?
It did.
Not that good.
It went to Stone Cold for sure.
Damn it.
Still good.
Still
deep
good,
and raspy.
Just a little bit. You know. Let's move on. UFC over the weekend. Khamzat Chimaev for the easy.
Straight cash, homie.
Easy money.
The easiest money. I try to tell you guys. I put the Instagram highlight up on the story. I put the video on Twitter. I was trying to inform you guys. I was trying to let you know, there's always a chance that people can get beat, especially in fighting. I think fighting's more risky than betting an NBA game, than betting an NFL game. Fighting, anybody can get clipped at any time, no matter how much of a favorite they are, and it can happen very quick. It's not something that has to play out over an entire game to get beat. So fighting, very risky. Khamzat Chimaev, I should have just bet my whole stock account.
Bet the mortgage.
I should have put 35 G's on Khamzat Chimaev. What would that have won me?
What? Yeah, because he was what? He was minus 400. Okay.
He would have. Khamzat Chimaev at minus 400, 35 G's. Anyways, I put up 800, won 200 on him, 17 second, very, very quickly. If you missed it, this is how it sounded. Ouch. Did you hear that right to the throat? Check it again. Check it again. Yikes.
Just like that. And I know, Paul, you're mixed with emotions as your teammate goes down.
As your teammate's laying there unconscious, Paul.
Bam!
I know you're mixed with emotions. 17 seconds.
One and done. And a nice show of respect is down the middle.
Khamzat Chimaev goes in. Were you impressed? Did you think? Okay, for one, someone that's been out of the UFC a little bit. Did you believe me? As serious as I was the other day, did you think it was going to be easy money, or did you think I was nuts? Honest opinion. And what did you think of the fight? And what did you think after it happened? And where do you think he goes next?
No, man, I think you came prepared with your research. I don't think you were nuts at one bit. I believed you, but I was like, 17 seconds. I've heard of this guy, but I don't know much about this guy. I thought you were a little crazy, but I thought you were I thought you had enough fact, enough education behind it to make that choice. And when you're that confident with something, I'm usually on that train with you.
And then when you watch the fight, you see the guy get dropped in 17.
I'm like, You know what? I didn't even think that was that great. You know what I thought of? I was like, what happened to Gerald? What the fuck is going on with this guy? How did this guy get teamed? How was this even fair?
Dude, I couldn't stop
laughing.
laughing.
I was pissed off at the UFC. Like, why'd they put this guy in there?
I couldn't stop laughing. I think I was laughing because I was so overjoyed that I didn't just lose $800.
Yeah.
And like it was so quick, and it was the easiest 200 that I had ever made in betting, that I had probably ever made in betting in my life.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop laughing. I laughed for probably 3 minutes straight, dude, as I was like tweeting. A couple people tweeted me and hit me, DM me and like text me. And dude, I was just laughing, like tweeting back to them because it was just so unbelievable that he just walked in there.
Yeah.
They rang the bell. He punched him one time and walked out, and I won $200.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it.
How about, was your money, so was that an easier $200 or an easy $50,000 for your boy Chimaev?
Oh, yeah, dude. Did he get a fight in the night? I didn't even see it, but he had to have, right?
I think
the performance of the night?
he got that $50,000.
Performance of the night, dude. It had to be.
Did you see Gerald's tweet afterwards? He says, "Welp, royally effed that up."
Oh, shit.
I thought that was funny.
He did. Let me hear. Oh, here's Dana White. Let me see if I can get the performance bonus here.
Costa, Damon Jackson, Mackenzie Dern, Amzat. No shocker there. They all won $50,000.
Wow.
So congratulations to them.
Dude gave out 200 G's in bonuses.
UFC.
I thought they were losing money at the gate from not having crowds. Apparently not. They're doing fine. Just giving out. You only have to give out one. They're giving out. I'll just give 3 extras. I love that about Dana.
Yeah.
I love that about Dana. You come in here to perform.
That's that ESPN Plus money.
Right.
That's that new contract.
That was great. Dude, your boy Johnny Walker.
Great.
What'd you think of him, dude? That was such a fun fight,
dude,
right?
I was so glad to see that, dude. And especially, I wish it would have went a couple of rounds. Obviously, winning that, like I think round 1, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, something like that. Dude, it was great to see him. The elbows are back. The wild man. Don't put that motherfucker against the cage.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Dude, he was out. He was knocked out almost twice. Yeah.
Twice, dude. And I was really concerned. I was like, dude, this Spann is dope. And I still think he's a great contender. I think Ryan Spann is still on his way. But, dude, Johnny Walker's back. Those elbows, those flying fists. He's just, he's a mess. And when he's on, he's on.
Yeah.
And when he's off, it's bad. So, man, I think he's back. I think he's more focused. He actually said that in his presser. He even did the meditation.
I know, dude.
And the doctor's trying to check him out.
That was so funny, bro.
Oh, I loved it, dude. He's back.
Yeah, I love it. And what about the poor sportsmanship from Ryan Spann? What was that about, dude?
That was embarrassing.
What happened? I don't even understand. Why did he do that?
I don't.
Did he not like the call? Did he not like the stoppage? Did he think something was dirty?
It was total ego. He was that frustrated, I believe, in himself and with himself. He's like, I don't even want to fucking have my hand. Don't hold my hand.
Because I know his
here.
coaches during the fight were yelling that he was punching him in the back of the head. Remember when Walker was hammering him in the side?
Yeah, dude, those hammer fists.
He was saying, his coaches were yelling, he's hitting him in the back of the head. And I heard him yelling. And then once he hit him with that crispy elbow, dude, did you hear that nasty elbow? Yeah. It sounded disgusting.
Like a huge snap.
Right on his head. And then a couple more hammer fists. And I think maybe his corner, right after that, you could hear them, and they bleeped a little bit. Did you hear them bleep? Because the corner was cussing, and which I don't understand. It was on ESPN Plus. Like, who cares?
Yeah, you're paying premium.
Right, yeah. Like, it's not pay-per-view, but it's ESPN Plus. Like,
we're trying to get that premium fuel.
Right.
Not that regular.
So that was very interesting to me that Spann, if you don't know what we're talking about, they were doing Johnny Walker knocked him out, and then the referee went to raise the hands, and right as they were holding the hands, as soon as Bruce Buffer started speaking, Spann just pulled his hand away from the ref and walked out of the cage.
Yeah.
It was very.
Did you see Johnny Walker's face?
Yeah, he was like did like a crying face, like whoa. Yeah, it was pretty. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was good.
I really enjoyed that fight a lot. I like Johnny Walker. I thought that was good. Mackenzie Dern, that was a really good fight. Kevin Holland surprised me. I thought, dude, he didn't look as good. Darren Stewart, did you see the fight? Did you see Darren Stewart talking shit to him at the end of the fight too? He's on top of him for probably 45 seconds at the end of the round, maybe a minute. And Kevin's corner is like, come on, Kev, get up. And he starts going, yeah, come on, Kev. Boom, 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 punching Kev in the face. And he's like, get up, Kev. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, Kev. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, Kevin Holland is normally the one doing that shit. He's normally the one talking that shit to these fools.
Yeah.
Kevin Holland is lucky he won the first 2 rounds because he got his ass kicked in round 3, especially at the end of it. And I thought he might have lost the fight at the very, very end there.
Yeah,
but
that was a crazy decision.
Luckily, he held on. Let me play you some sound from Dana White. And I should have done this when we talked about Khamzat just a minute ago, but this is his thoughts on Khamzat Chimaev, and then he asks him, he talks to him about his future, and we talked about the fight in October that was already set up, supposed to be with Maia. This Dana White talks about all that here.
Say about this guy and what he's accomplished in 66 days, I believe it is.
The guy's special.
Yeah, he's only been in the UFC 66 days, and he took his first 2 fights 10 days apart notice. Right. One was on the 10th, and then the other one was on like the 25th of the same month. So I'm just letting you, this guy's insane.
I've been in this game my whole life. I've never seen anything like him.
There you go.
He's special. He's different. He wants to fight again. So, you know, I've never been in a position where I'm like, who's next? How do we get him a fight? How do we get him over here? How do we do this? How do we do that? It's fun, and I like it. And I think when you're a fight fan, a guy like this is the type of guy that you love to watch and follow and hate, you know, and whatever it might be. This guy is one of the most special fighters I've ever seen, if not the most special guy that I've ever come across. And he kept telling me leading up to this fight, you think I'm a wrestler. You think I'm a wrestler. Wait till you see my hands. Holy shit. He wasn't lying.
I want to ask this in the most respectful way possible. Damian Maia is an absolute legend of the sport.
Yeah.
But after watching that display, I think there's a lot of people that are like, does he need to go a little higher than Damian Maia?
That's what everybody's saying. Yeah, I know. No, this guy is special, man. It's true. So when all the fights that I've had, you've had guys that'll be like, yeah, I'm going to turn around. I want to turn around fast, and you know, let me see how I feel tomorrow. Let me talk to my team. Let me do this. Let me do that. This guy's like, I want to fight again here on Fight Island. I was like, really? So you want to fight again while we're here? And he's like, yeah. So I turned him around. I called everybody and said, I'm going to do it. We're going to turn this kid around. So we turn him around. He fights again, and he does it again. You know, and it's like, yeah. Now I want to come to Vegas, and I want to fight in Vegas. It's just I've never experienced that with anybody ever. Not even close, not even remotely close to say, listen, it's one thing to say I want to turn around, but, you know, not like this.
Do you think you'll bring him back to Fight Island?
I don't know what to do with him yet. We got some shit we got to figure out before we leave tonight.
Okay, so maybe not Maia. You're kind of open to maybe changing that match.
He might fight before Maia and fight Maia too.
Oh, wow.
Maia's not going to be ready in time for this kid.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Dude, what do you think of that praise from a guy that bought the UFC in conjunction with the Fertitta brothers for $2 million, has been in it since he took over at that time, has been in the sport, has been right alongside every fighter that's come through there, every big star that's ever been made in this company, and he's saying this about Khamzat Chimaev. Does that speak volumes? This isn't some random guy. This is Dana White, billionaire. I mean, how much did they sell the UFC for? $4 billion, and he bought it for $2 million. This is a guy that's been around everyone that's legendary.
That's high praise, especially for performance. You know what I mean? Like he is saying he has never seen anybody. He's never dealt with this. You think of all the fighters, dude. You know, Randy Couture is the John Jones. You think of all these fighters, man. That is some of the highest praise. That is the highest praise that we've ever heard.
Yeah.
The only problem with this is, how do you market somebody like Chimaev, right? He can't speak very well. In terms of like, he's not very entertaining. He's not a Conor McGregor. He's not well spoken in terms of like all this energy,
the bravado,
you know, the showmanship. Yeah, I feel like the showmanship, but he goes out there and just does what he needs to do. The one thing I got from the post press from him after his fight was like, I went in and I was going to kill him.
But
I want to kill you.
Did you see the pressers leading up to the fight, though? He was very intense.
I did see some of those,
very intense.
Where he even was talking to Cerrone. He was talking to all kinds of them.
He looked like evil Khabib.
A little bit.
Dude, he looked like crazy. Like
he looked
like Khabib once the switch got, the flip, damn it. The switch got flipped.
Yeah.
Once the switch got flipped with him and McGregor insulted the religion and his hat and, you know, threw Dolly at the bus and all this stuff. Once that you saw Khabib kind of get crazy.
Right.
This was Khamzat from the beginning.
It almost reminds me of like
he just
Spider-Man.
Wanted anything to
like,
be motivated.
Khabib is Spider-Man, and then you have like Khamzat as like Venom. Venom's like the darker image of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If you're a comic guy, I know you're probably not a comic guy.
No. I know
that's what it is.
What you're saying though.
It's like yeah, Khamzat is like the Venom.
Yeah,
that's weird. I didn't think of that. You're right. Because the pre-fight pressers, he was argumentative. He was in their face a little bit. Of course, as much as you can do on the table, talking to each other. But yeah, he is kind of a little evil.
Yeah, he's like Wario.
He's not Waluigi?
Yeah, Waluigi too. There you go. Same shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Donald Cerrone, Nico Price in the co-main, dude. What did you think there? I thought Cerrone was going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
And in the first couple minutes, I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
I bet Cerrone to get knocked out too. That's the one thing I didn't really score on. And Nico Price, by the way, dude, I thought that guy had more dog in him.
Yeah.
I lost so much respect for that guy. I would never bet that guy again. I would never even, if you put the fight in front of me and it was on, all right, whatever. But I wouldn't go out of my way to watch that kid fight again. There just wasn't enough will to win. It was more about loving Cerrone and being in there with Cerrone and touting that Cerrone and then crying about poking Cerrone in the eyes and then hugging Cerrone so much after the fight. And Cerrone was just like, get the hell off me, it looked like afterwards.
Right.
And then
you're okay with this? Cerrone's looking at him like, you're happy with this?
Before the decision. He hugged him after the fight, and Cerrone couldn't even breathe. He's all out of breath and shit, just in a fight. And the guy was like, yeah, man. So excited. And then they fight to a draw. It announces that it's a draw, and the guy pulls away from the ref and hugs Cerrone again like he won.
Yeah.
So excited.
Dude, I was confused by this fight. Cerrone looked like he was going to be taken out, and then all of a sudden it was like, hey, man, are we for... It was almost like they were talking to each other, but they weren't. But that's what it felt like. Hey, why don't you just duck? Why don't you... almost like they were planning out how they wanted to end this. It was really weird. And I get it, man. There's a certain amount of respect that you got to have for people that have been in the game, especially with Cerrone. Some of the most wins in UFC history. And then, I forget what his other record is, but I get the respect factor. I totally do. Somebody you look up to and you actually have to fight. You're like, if I had to play against Michael Jordan, I get it. I get the respect. But at the same time, to be happy with the draw, to be to let go of the control that you had, especially the first round, and how it just broke down.
It felt like he was just in there. You know who he reminded me of is this isn't a shot at Clay Guida, but a guy that just likes to get punched. Like Clay Guida, just wants to go in there and fight. Doesn't care,
Guida.
Just wants to fly around and fight and get punched and yeah. No real trying to win. No trying to go for a stop. No trying to go for the kill. Mm-hmm. Just in there. Oh yeah, hit me. All right, I'm gonna hit you. Yeah. Just a. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but it's annoying me.
It just reminded me of a rookie mentality.
Maybe I'm more bitter because I lost money on the guy too a little bit, but there was just no go for the kill with him. And Cerrone could have been killed.
Yeah, he acted like a rookie. Cerrone even comes out and says, "Yo, this is my worst fight that I can remember."
Oh, is that what he said?
This is the worst fight that I've ever fought. He's like, this is the worst one I can ever remember.
I saw he said he was mad that he considered it basically a loss.
Yeah.
But wow. So here's what Dana White said on Donald Cerrone and his future. Check this out.
Thought it was a draw too. I had it a draw. I don't know how you guys scored it, but I said, you know what? This thing could be a draw. And it ended up being one. Listen, for him tonight, the win for him tonight was he was on his way out in the first, 30 seconds of the first round. He fought back. He's tough. He's durable. And I love Cowboy, and I know this is going to fucking crush him and break his heart, but it's time to have a conversation with him.
They said they want to run it back. I mean, they both were back here and said they want to do it again in January, February. Were you at least open to the idea of that?
I need to talk to him. He and I need to have a conversation.
Dang, dude. Doesn't sound like he's like, yeah, let's go run it back.
No.
Who would ever want to see that again? I wouldn't want to see running it back. That was crap.
Right.
The fight was crap. No one wants to just see two people. I mean, maybe some people do. Just want to go see people punch each other. Like I said, just like a shin kicking contest. Like who wants to do that? It's not putting each other out. You're just hurting each other, and you're just getting more and more hurt, but no one's putting each other out. No one's trying to win.
I think
just slugfest.
I think the conversation's going to be like this from Dana. Look, man, I've put you on some good cards. I've put you on some brilliant cards, Cerrone. What are you doing? When are you going to step up? When are you going to be in the ring and choose to actually fight?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it take you half of a fucking fight to get this mentality to be like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember how to do this. I know what we're doing. Here's what we're going to do. The return on investment is not there. The juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time to retire. I think he's going to politely say, yo, it's time to get out of here.
Hey, we got a spot for you maybe if you want to work into like a Felder role at the announce table.
We'd love that.
We'd love you to work in.
We'd love that.
You want to do some stuff on the UFC MMA, the UFC YouTube channel,
Yeah.
ESPN Plus channel. We'll create a little Cerrone show.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great at that.
But he's going to say you don't deserve to run this back.
Well, let's just not fight anymore. There's no point.
You don't deserve to
Done.
run
You're
this
one of
back.
the most decorated. You had a great career.
Yeah.
You have money.
Yeah.
Let's move along.
You just had a new kid.
got a kid?
And he said, Cerrone in his post-game or post-fight presser, he says, hey man, I'm taking the rest of the year off. I got a kid I want to go hang out with. I want to go travel a little bit. I want to do some things. You won't see me back before January or February of next year. I don't think you're going to see him back. Period.
I hope
fighting.
Not. I hope not.
You're not going to. I don't think so.
On to the main event, Covington versus Woodley. You and I called it. Kind of went the way we said.
Yep.
Covington would probably just pick him apart. There was no way Woodley was going to be able to knock him out, and that's what he was going to have to do to win the fight because he wasn't going to beat him on the scorecards. And not only was he not able to knock him out, he got put out himself in the 5th round. It wasn't knocked out, but he had a rib injury and was put out of the fight. Disappointing. I wanted to see Tyron win it, but unfortunately I think we're nearing the end of the road for him as far as his big-time fights. And for me, if I'm a fighter, again, unless you just like to get punched in the head, if you're not fighting for championships and to climb the card and climb the rankings, what are you fighting for, I guess? Maybe a payday. Maybe you were bad with money. Maybe you made some bad investments and you need money. I guess I can understand it there, but other than that, if you're not climbing the rankings and you're not fighting for titles, I wouldn't want to get punched in the face.
And he's 38.
Right.
I mean, he's an older fighter.
Here's Dana White being asked about Tyron Woodley and the future of T. Wood.
Yeah, this was a fight that Usman versus Colby's one of the best fights I've ever seen. This fight had that type of potential if that Woodley showed up. He didn't.
Yeah. Do we know what happened to Tyron? I know it's just right now, but
his rib. Something happened with his rib. It's a rib injury.
Yeah. For Tyron, as you said, the guy that didn't show up that we thought was going to be here, 3 straight losses. Where do you think he stands in his career right now?
Yeah, I think that he should start thinking about hanging it up. He's had a great career. He's had a great run. He's made money.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Dana White saying the same shit. That's some guy close to the sport.
Yeah.
Time to move on.
I mean,
time to hang it up.
If you're not fighting to be the best in your division, then what are we really fighting for? I mean, he could fight Geoff Neal. He could go with Neil Magny. But really, at the end of the day, what's the reason, right? We have Covington, we have Burns, we have Usman. That's the top. That's really the top of the division.
Dude, doesn't that division feel like all of a sudden it got old and it got like, wow, where are all the big guys? All the big guys like the Robbie Lawlers, Anthony Pettis, Nate Diaz, all these guys, Rafael Dos Anjos, like they're all old now. They're aging out. And it feels like I'm looking around. I'm like, fuck, because Covington bugs the shit out of me, bro.
Right.
I'm looking around like, all right, we need to get somebody and we need to make sure this fool gets his ass beat every time he's going to get a title. And thank God Usman did that last time. I think Usman can do it again. And thank God Usman has the belt. Right now it is Usman at the top, Gilbert Burns, and Colby Covington.
And then you have like Leon Edwards.
You got Masvidal hanging around.
Masvidal,
Leon
Sweet
Edwards
Jesus
hanging
in there.
around.
Those are kind of your 4th and 5th. Yep, absolutely.
But other than that, it's a huge drop-off
Totally.
after that. Down to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Damian Maia, Rafael Dos Anjos, Neil Magny. And then you get down to the bottom of the division, like I told you, Nate Diaz, Anthony Pettis, Robbie Lawler.
And that's
way
why it's
down
like,
there.
at that point, what are you
Right,
fighting for?
right.
And I think at 38 years old, you're coming off those straight multiple losses. It's like, let's just call a spade here.
Here's Dana White on Colby Covington.
Now Gilbert Burns has the next shot at Usman. So, yeah, Colby definitely, he's there. And the first fight was so incredible.
All right, so he was asking about a title shot. He said Gilbert Burns definitely has the next shot. Not an option, but Colby's there.
Right.
Him and Usman. I love that fight. So, I don't know. Maybe we get him another fight. Maybe he fights Masvidal, See if Masvidal wants that fight.
Cowboy.
What do you know about that?
I'd love to see a Masvidal first, and then, depending on, obviously he would have to beat Masvidal, Colby would, and then whoever wins that fights the winner of Usman and Burns.
I like that.
Love to see that.
Yeah, I like that.
That's where I'm at.
I think that's probably
Leon Edwards is in there.
go.
You could throw Leon Edwards at Covington or Street Jesus, but I think for me as a fan, I would rather see Street Jesus in there, and then the winner of that goes with Usman and Burns.
We play a little bit of Covington sound just to be respectful to the champ.
He should be respectful.
And I'll play as much as I can take here.
You know, I'm my own toughest critic. You know, I know I can do better, but, you know, it's still better than everybody else in this division. No one's finished him like that. Everybody's taking the scorecards. He was done at the end of the third round. He was ready to quit. He told his coaches he was done. So, you know, that was the worst decision he ever made, showing up to fight me. Almost worse is him not getting a prenup with his last ex-wife. And speaking of prenups, where's Jorge Masvidal up? I know he should have got a prenup with his ex-wife, so he needs to come see me for all the talking he's done. You know, come see if he can walk the walk. I talk the talk, I walk the walk. I want to see Jorge Masvidal.
Dang.
Great promo.
There you go, bud.
Let's do it.
You might get your wish.
Let's do it.
Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington. I would really like to see that fight. Unfortunately, though, I think that's a fight where Masvidal has to knock him out. I think Covington wins on the scorecards.
Yeah.
Goes to the scorecards. I think, but man, did you see, remember that fight, Masvidal, where he just cut weight? Who the hell was he just fighting where he cut all that weight?
Oh, he cut all the weight. Let's see. Who was that?
Was that Usman?
It was Usman.
He was throwing those kicks when he came in there. So vicious, dude. When he came running in, just throwing those kicks. At first, you could tell he was gassed, but he was just trying to do anything he could.
That was a tough weight cut, too, for Masvidal.
That was a crazy weight cut.
Because it was just the amount of time.
That was a crazy weight cut. And he had to fly over there.
Fool was flying over there.
Yeah, do all this fucking...
They had to get pizza in
extra
Rome.
Shit. Yeah, yeah. So I would like to see that a lot.
Yeah,
full camp. Both of them get a full camp, ready to go. Like Dana White said, hopefully that they can agree. Hopefully they can agree to terms. All right, Dal, let's move on, and we'll go into On This Day here.
All right, fools. On this day, September 21st, 1993. Seems so damn long ago.
September
21st, yeah, 93. We have Nirvana coming out with their album, In Utero. Are you familiar with this album? In
Not
Utero,
really.
In Utero, however you want to say it?
93, I was way too little. I never went
Really?
back. Like, I just know the Nirvana hits. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not their discography or anything.
Well, you know, some people think of it as their sophomore album, but it's really not, right? Because they originally had their album Bleach, and then they had Nevermind. But this was the album that came directly after Nevermind. Nevermind put them on a whole new stratosphere. We know that, right? You know, with Smells Like Teen Spirit, I think we actually just talked about that here recently, that song, and the evolution of that song and what it did at that time. Well, you had this third album called, In Utero that came out. And this was interesting because Cobain said he wanted to showcase both extremes, saying it's going to be more raw, so they wanted to record it more raw instead of all this overproduced music that was kind of starting to happen at that time. He wanted
the grunge era.
Yeah, dude, he wanted more raw. He wanted to hear it for how it was intended to be heard. But then he also said, he had some songs in here with more candy pop that were more some than others, which is interesting. And he just didn't want to be one-dimensional like he felt Nevermind was. So that was interesting. So that really set the critics off like, oh, my God, we wanted Nevermind again. We wanted Nevermind number 2. So it was really interesting that Kurt Cobain had this outlook and wanted to come out with something totally against the grain. And that's how Kurt was. He didn't like the popularity that Nirvana had got. He didn't like being in the limelight. He didn't, even though he chose to date and also marry Courtney Love,
right,
which was acting at the time, had her own band called Hole, and they were starting to on the upswing. Remember that band?
Yes,
Hole?
Hole.
Dude, the worst. I hated that band. But that being said, just to get into In Utero a little bit, this was an interesting album for a multitude of reasons because of the amount of production. So Nirvana had to come out of pocket to produce this album and to pay all the costs, and it cost them about $24,000, which at the time wasn't a whole lot, right? Because they didn't have a lot of production involved. So at the time, that was like 3 to 4 times lower than the average production, right? And then the other thing was the producer only asked for like $100,000 to produce this, when most producers were asking for $100,000 plus and royalties.
Yeah.
The producer specifically said, "No royalties. I do not want any royalties. I want the $100,000, and that's it. I do not want royalties." So he missed out on more than $500,000 in royalties as this album got popular later on in the years. So, and he still to this day says, nope, royalties weren't worth it. I did what I did. It was art. It was what I wanted. It was what we decided, and I don't regret it one bit. So just to throw some money out there, kind of interesting that there are good people out there that just wanted it for, to do it for the art. And it's funny because
there are good people. I don't know if that makes him a good person.
That's a good person. That's a good person who says, you know what, I just want this, and I want to be a good person. I want to produce good music for you.
Just throwing out all these facts and then just politely just sliding that one in there. I think that's a good person. That's, it's good to know there are still good people out there to produce and not take any royalties. Good guy. Just a good person.
Just a good guy. So that was interesting, man, and I really like that album. On this album, you had song or tracks like Heart-Shaped Box. You had a very controversial Rape Me. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Rape me, my friends.
Very controversial.
And then you go into kind of the very softer side of things where you have All Apologies. Remember that? Unplugged in New York. All Apologies. So good, right? And then you had...
I remember that one.
Oh, dude, that's a great song. And then I was thinking you also had Penny Royalty, which was another softer, kind of like a soft B-side there. But a great album, man. I really like this song, or this album. And, I wanted to show a little respect for Nirvana on this day.
Look at that.
As a close second, though. Let me give you a close second.
Okay.
On this day as well, September 21st, 2013, the infamous match, UFC match, grudge match between John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. Remember this match?
Jones-Gustafsson, 2013. What a war.
Oh,
Jones was carried out of the cage. He won the fight.
Yep.
But he was carried out of the cage. I love that fight.
Dude, goes to round 5 decision. Alexander Gustafsson gave him the beating of his life. Still to this day, I believe.
Everything
he had.
That's like the definition of a fight. You should go back and watch. If you're watching a fight and you think that so-and-so should have beat the champ, like we've seen this recently.
Right.
This has kind of happened where it's like, oh, so he got screwed or he got whatever. Da, 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 da. These championship fights go to decision. Go watch that fight. And if that performance didn't take the belt from John Jones, look what you're going to have to do to win a championship off of a decision.
You want to beat the champ.
Especially a UFC title.
Yeah.
You're not going to win a UFC title off a decision unless you definitively... I don't know if... Without knocking them out. Dude, like I said, go look at the fight. Jones couldn't even walk out of the cage under his own power back to the locker room. He was that beat up. 2013, John Jones, Alexander Gustafsson. One of my all-time favorites, man.
Great fight, dude.
Great one.
Great fight.
Nice. Wow. On this day...
2 big
7
events.
years ago.
Yeah, man.
Just a quick Elway ago, huh? Wow,
nice.
That was fast, guy.
I know. Time moves quick, dude.
It sure does.
That's what we got for you today.
All right, Dal, let's jump into sneakers and fashion this week. Oh, my aunt was asking a little bit of she was asking some questions about Pure Spectrum CBD.
And Berta?
She was talking in the chat earlier, asking if our code works. Is it online only, or can she use it in store?
No, she can use it in store. She can also call in phone orders using MUP.
There you go.
Sure.
MUP is our code on PureSpectrumCBD.com or on the Pure Spectrum on the phone with Pure Spectrum CBD.
Phone? Yep.
Or in store if you're visiting their location.
Make sure
Evergreen.
Ask, yep.
If you visit Pure Spectrum CBD, just use our code MUP. And that's also good when they're running specials. So if they're running like a 50% off sale, our code will still give you that 50% off. And you'll get to take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to use like whatever code they're doing there. You can just use ours all the time. And we get credit for it. And you guys get still get the discount.
Yeah.
PureSpectrumCBD.com, code MUP. All right, sneakers this week. No shoes. We haven't had a cast with... We've had shoes every cast for a grizz.
I'm poor now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I had to take a break.
We've been having shoes like a mug in here.
Right.
But today we're a little light. No sneaks today in studio. Just on feet. What are you rocking on feet today?
Today I've got the...
Wow, I nearly wore this pair. Dude, I was this close.
You have this pair? I forgot you do have this pair.
No, never mind. I don't have that pair.
You don't have this pair.
I looked in the camera and I saw the pink. And I thought it was the Presto, acronym Presto with the pink toe box.
Oh, yeah. I love that pair.
I apologize.
That's a great pair. So today...
It's not even close to an acronym Presto.
Yeah.
I just saw the pink and I was like, what?
Today I have the most fire packaging, the most fire shoe in my opinion, and a cool story. I have the Nice Kicks.
Cool story.
And a cool story. I've got the Nice Kicks Woodstock joints, and these happen to be the second gen with the special box with the black boost. This is the second iteration. So black on black boost, which is super sick. The dark tie-dye. Got the black laces instead of the white.
That's the pair to have, too. Yeah. If you're getting a pair of those Woodstocks, don't even bother with the white boost. Those ones are poopy.
And I like it because the black boost and the gum sole, it's like peanut butter.
Goes way better.
It's like a peanut butter cup.
And the black laces in there. Mm-hmm. Red lace tips to match the tongue tab. I think we got that pair in the studio.
Oh, we
Those
did?
aren't that old, yeah.
Yeah, we did. That's right.
Those are in this studio, bro.
Yeah, man. I love this pair, man. This pair is so great. So what do you got on today?
Rocking the, remember these bad boys? Little throwback. The Jordan 11, 7210s. Who remembers these?
I got a story on those.
Very clean sneaker. Look at that sparkle, bro.
As a matter of fact.
Sparkle in the toe box.
My story.
I don't know if you can see it.
My story might actually, I think I actually helped you get those. Here's my story. Check this out. I was in Vegas, and I was at, I'm trying to think, I think I was at the Diablo. You ever had the, you ever went to the Diablo bar?
Yes.
Off the strip?
Of course.
You ever got the nachos there? That's what they're known for.
Of course.
The Diablo nachos.
Yep.
I'm there, and I get this notification saying that the 72s are about to drop off of Twitter.
Okay.
And I send that notification. Well, I send a notification to you. I'm like, yo, dude, be prepared. Sneakers, the 7210s are about to drop. I think I helped you get these shoes when I was in Vegas.
Oh, that's right. You're totally right.
I think I gave you the assist on that.
I even remember getting these shoes. Now that you bring up the story.
I think I hit you up and I said, yo, dog, hey, I'm at the bar right now. So I copped them at the Diablo bar.
I remember that.
I no longer have them. I sold them. But because I'm not the biggest 11 guy.
Yeah.
But there was money in it, and it's a cool story. I think I let them go after the Warriors defeated the
73-9.
Yeah, after they defeated the 72-10 record.
That's a bullshit one. They didn't even win the championship that year.
I know. F those guys.
It shouldn't even count.
Yeah, who cares?
And plus, it doesn't even sound like 72-10 fire. 73-9 just doesn't. Could you make a shoe called the 73-9s?
It sounds confusing, right? It's like I think they were 73-9. It just sounds confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
good.
That's my story on those. I got you.
Yeah, thanks, Dal.
So check
Forgot
it out.
all about that.
So
how I even acquired these.
I think what we'll do today is I think we'll just kind of talk about some of the releases this week. Are we going for them? Do we like them? Is it worth our time?
Okay.
And then also give you a couple. I think I'm going to give you personally, Thomas the franchise, a preview of one or two shoes that have some official imagery and then maybe some stories behind them.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
All right.
I'm in.
So let's go with this. Check it out. So first of all, I think you're out on this one. This is the bodega that does drop this Saturday, the 25th. This is the Better Days collection. This is the third iteration of the 997.
I really want the pair Teddy got.
This is it?
No, that one's not the same.
No, this is the 997, the Better Days.
Better Days, but there's 3 different colorways.
Bodega sent him this pair.
Why does his look like it has more purple in it?
No, he just got this pair. You got purple on the inside. You've got the red.
I don't like that photo.
I like that photo?
Maybe I don't like the shoe at all.
Yeah, this is
Show me the inside. The inside looks totally different.
Because they started off with no days off and then no bad days, and then this is the better days. Here, let me get you some other photos.
Yeah, those look like shit.
Hold on, let me get you another photo.
Well, Jesus, Dallas, the shoe has paneling on the inside that's totally different. So you look at that picture, and the shoe looks like dog shit. But you see the shoe, you see the inside, and it looks like a completely different shoe. Yeah, dude, when I saw...
Because you watched Ted's last vlog, right?
When I saw Ted with them, they looked dope on video. I was like, oh, that looks like a good pair. But then when I saw these right now you're showing me, I was like, oh, those look like poop. And you're telling me they're the exact same shoes. But I guess it's the inside panel that I guess I liked. Because didn't it have more purple? No.
It does have some good purple on it.
Much better.
Is that a better photo?
Yeah. Because that's more what they look like. In his, that other picture was
like washed out, maybe?
I don't know.
Because see, that looks washed out to me.
Yeah, that looks terrible.
But see, that's a thumbnail to a video, so we don't really want to look at that.
You know why?
How about that? Better?
Nah, it's okay, but dude, that pink is so popping in real life.
It is popping.
It is so popping.
Here, that's a better picture.
There you go.
How about that?
Better.
You like that?
Better.
So this might be a shoe.
You know what?
I never like the new. Like you've made fun of some. What have you said with my New Balances? Just kind of like an old man looking toe box. Is that what you've?
You know what I liked about these?
What did you like about these?
It's the Yeezy 700. It's like a Yeezy Wave Runner toe box kind of. Same materials, everything.
It's got those waves on it.
So it's got the waves. It's got the suede. It's like a suede hit. It's just like the Mauves or something. It's just like a 700, bro.
Gotcha. It is actually.
It's a 700. It looks like a Yeezy 700 toe box.
Say you cut
off right.
Cut
just
that
cut
in
it
half,
off, dog.
And it would be kind of a Wave Runner.
Right.
I didn't see that before.
It looks like they took those materials and just freaked it just a little bit.
It's interesting.
So that's something I do like about it.
Okay.
I do like that piece, and I love how Ted had them laced.
I forgot how he had them laced.
They're just hype beast laced.
Okay.
All laces pulled out.
All super loose.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because they're the tongue is not separate from the shoe. It's all one piece like an NMD.
Booty construction.
Yeah, you don't need them. You don't need to tie them. You could just have them pulled out, laces out, hype beast laced.
Yeah, the laces
and they
wouldn't
slip
matter.
on just like an NMD.
They're just an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How about
just
that
like
pick?
an NMD, no tongue.
That's not bad. It
Gosh,
still
they
doesn't
look-
pop as much.
They don't look as good. Like just with the Brad Hall fucking laces there, it looks like shit. Those are terrible.
How about the back? That looks pretty good.
Dope.
I like that back. That
Very
back
dope.
looks fire.
It's all about the lacing, bro. It really is. Like if you were showing me these and I had not seen Ted's, I'd be like, I'd be kind of shitting on them because that's the way they look in that picture. Second picture is just not good.
Did Ted put it on his thumbnail?
I have no idea. I just watched it in the vlog. But they just go peep a couple videos with the shoe. They look a lot different if you have them laced better. With the Brad Hall lacing like they're shown in the photo where the strings are all long and shit, they just look, they're poopy, guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have it in his thumbnail. That's all
Just
good.
Not the move. But yeah, overall, I mean.
Overall, not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Well, do you think it's worth $160 at retail, and are you going to try for it?
Oh, yeah. 160?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
160. Look at the materials. Look at that. Look at that nice long hair sway. You see that in there?
Looks nice. What do you think what do you think they'll be at resale?
Pay no attention to the dice in there. They're not sponsoring. What do I think resale? So it's interesting. So the No Days Off, I think, was the first one, and then I can't remember all the names. The first one still has immaculate resale, and we see that with OGs, right? The OG silhouettes sometimes bring more, and then you have a second or a third, in this case, a third iteration. The value obviously drops pretty heavy on the second. I think the second one in my size 10, which is No Days Off, I believe is the name, is going for about $320. So nothing crazy, right? The OG, however, $900.
Huh.
So this one, I suspect, right in that $300 to $350 range.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. Hit me with the Price is Right.
You want the fail sound?
No, the Price is Right sound. Dallas is...
Oh, that sounded like the fail sound.
No. So we're going to go ahead and go with $350 for you here, Bob. That's what we're going to go ahead and do today. Resale on this guy is no more than $350. That will be its peak, and I think you can get that thing as low as $275.
Yeah, I'm going to go 160. I wouldn't pay resale for it, but
I wouldn't either. If I can get that for retail,
what I
think
really
we're in
liked
good shape.
about it is Ted said they're very, very comfortable too. He wasn't expecting them to be comfortable. He's like, I was surprised. I've been wearing these for a few days and they're extremely comfortable.
And Ted's a pretty hard critic.
Right. So that's why I thought the way
Pretty
they looked,
honest.
the way they were laced, I thought all that shit was dope.
Yeah.
And then I thought the colorway, I love the way the colors pop. I like that mishmash. I really like that purple. See, you could really see the purple more and see the inside end is purple.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
The medial
The
side.
inside looks different than the outside.
Yeah, that yellow is kind of poopy.
I don't like the outside as much as I like the inside.
Yeah.
But when you lace them up, hype beast style, they look good.
Yeah, the in on the outside looks like some Nicorette gum. Have you seen that? Nicorette gum's a little yellowish.
Yeah.
You know, my dad used to chew the shit out of that. And he would still be dipping.
Chewing Nicorette gum and dipping?
Oh, yeah, because he was
Wow.
trying to leave the cigarettes, so he still needed the nicotine, so he'd be chewing the gum, and then all of a sudden, I can't smoke any cigarettes anymore, so let me go get some chew. So he starts
Interesting.
chewing. But yeah, that reminds me of Nicorette gum. I don't know.
Retailer stock photos these days are so ass.
Yeah, true that.
Absolutely, Brian. Couldn't agree more. Hayden, Dow, noticed you're wearing the Urban Necessities shirt. Mm-hmm. Have you seen their 6th anniversary dunks they created?
I did.
Crazy looking with the vintage look to it. What's he talking about?
Yeah, so he's talking about, so they actually created a dunk. So they didn't create a dunk. They took an existing Levi's dunk is what they went with. And then they actually customized that, like tore it up, and actually created the Urban Necessities logo, I think on the outside, on the back of the heel, and just kind of customized it, made it theirs. They also made the swoosh removable, which is cool, but just a nice little Urban Necessity custom dunk that was originally just the Levi's dunk silhouette.
Okay.
And then what happened was he gave away a bunch of these, and he also had this Moondust Studios create special limited boxes for their 6-year anniversary.
Oh,
and he gave away a bunch of them.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool. I think you had to buy a watch to be so Urban Necessities made their own watch. I don't know what company they collabed with, but they made a watch for their 6-year anniversary. And if you bought a watch, you had an entry into winning one of these custom dunks.
Is that the ones? I think Hayden. I think I saw those in the new vlog as well, where he's just got the New Balance. JC just shows them for a second because he pops up on Earn at Urban Necessities.
Exactly.
That's the shoot. Dude, this box and everything, how the thing pops off.
Way sick.
Wow.
And it's like magnetized saying...
How do you get this again?
So they're already gone, but you could have got them...
You bought a watch.
By buying an Urban Necessities watch from said date to said date.
Gotcha.
And you were entered into winning this just by making a purchase. Now, they also gave like 20 Strangeloves away. They gave 20 Chunky Dunkies, and they also gave 20, I forget the other shoe. Travis Scott 270s. And see
raffles to people that bought the watch?
Bought the shirts.
Oh, that bought the
so
shirts.
you had two different raffles. So I bought one of the shirts, which I'm actually wearing today, the Urban Necessities. This is their 6-year joint, which is pretty cool. I'll show you the back there. But it says the 6-year anniversary.
You're going to have to get low. You're going to apple bottom jeans. There you go.
How about that?
Pretty good.
6-year anniversary. So this shirt, so all the shirts and hats just entered you into getting like the Chunkies or the Strangeloves or whatever. But you had to buy a watch specifically to be entered into their dunk.
Wow. How much is the watch?
$150, I think. $150, $160.
And then you got a chance to win one of those specific pairs
of dunks that
but
were
if you
super
bought the
limited.
shirt, you got a chance to win one of the other things.
You got it.
And you didn't win anything.
Yeah, I didn't win anything. So I went ahead and took that L, but I still have a cool shirt. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the shirt just to win. I like the shirt. I'm
going to say really quickly, I'm going to let you know, you definitely need to get some cardio stuff. I'm proud of you for getting on the workout tip with the bench. You don't really need to do any more bench pressing. You do any more bench pressing, you're not going to be able to wear the shirt anymore.
I know.
And you're going to have to throw out the rest of your shirts. Between Robin washing them and drying them and shrinking the shit,
Not
and you
good.
on the bench press, you're not going to have any clothes left, buddy.
No.
You're going to have to go get a whole new wardrobe. Easy, Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Oh, flex man over here.
Who was flexing the other day? Was it Caldwell Pope? Somebody was.
Good thing I'm half Hispanic. I'm Flexican. Really?
Nice one, Dal.
Thank you, man.
$5 in the super chat for my man Dirty DJ. Best thing about Mondays, the cast. Congrats on the heaters as well. Thanks, Dirty DJ.
Thanks, Dirty.
Appreciate you, bro. Good shit. Thank you, homie. All right, Dal.
You shooting this one or am I shooting this one?
I hit the last one, bro. It's
well, that's
all
what I'm
you.
saying. We need you to get you need to get hot.
No,
and then get on fire.
You make it take it.
Yeah.
Come on, LeBron. Stop trying to give the ball up. Let's go. Come on. Oh, bro, I was ready to hit you with the bang.
Dang.
Take that L on the way out.
I was ready to hit you with the bang. Did you like the bang? You like the addition of the bang to
I think that's nice.
soundboard.
Yeah.
Steps back.
You like that, huh?
Hey, check out this comment, man. Oh, Rocky Contreras says, "Yo, Dal, talking about stuff happening. I had to cut out red meat now due to stomach problems. Below not. I think he meant below not good. I'm only freaking 40.
Below not good.
I know, man.
Impossible, Rocky. I think Impossible's the best. I've tried Beyond. I've tried a lot of the King Super. Like certain stores make their own. Go Impossible meat, bro. That's the best way to go. If you have to cut out red meat, I use it in my spaghetti sauce now. We use it for tacos as far as ground beef, making tacos or whatever. Lettuce wraps. We have lettuce wraps with them. We burgers. We do the Impossible all the time, and I just think it's the best. I like Beyond, but I started doing Impossible and I like it better.
You feel good about it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like Impossible better. So that'd be my recommendation for cutting out red meat, Rocky.
Dude, Robin tells me all the time, she's like, babe, if I wasn't with you, I'd probably be closer to a vegetarian.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So, yeah, I understand. I bet.
Yeah. No doubt.
All right, man. You ready for the next shoe?
Yes.
All right. I think you're going to be a huge fan of this. This is obviously right up your alley here. Let me find it. And by that, I'm being very sarcastic. How about the new Chicago Dunk Low SB? I know you're not a dunk guy. I know you're not a dunk low guy. I kind of am more than you, but I'm not saying, yeah, dude, I was rocking dunk lows, bro. 808 when nobody fucking wanted them. They were getting dust hands at the skate shops.
I just think Jordan 1 lows look so much better. They have more thin profile.
They do. They have And I wish I would have brought my breads today just to kind of give a comparison, because I have the bread lows from 2015.
Yeah.
And they have that shitty black and gold Jordan box that I absolutely hate. But the Chicagos don't, which is weird. They have the traditional Jordan box, which, whatever. I'm pissed off. But anyways, I like this shoe, man. I think you're right. I think the OG cuts are way better. The SB is still going to be an SB. It's still a fat shoe.
Yeah.
You're not a fat shoe kind of guy.
No, I don't have wide feet either, so I feel like they look weird on me.
Right.
I feel like
they're clown shoes on you.
They just, yeah.
And this being red and white, oh, you'd look like clown shoes.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Jordan ones, like especially in a size 12, they look more long and thin, so they match
are.
my feet better. Like they just goes with my profile.
Yeah, that big a shoe, dude. And if you have a wider foot, and then you're gonna hype beast lace them.
You're wearing a size 12 dunks with shorts. They look wide as hell. They're a 12. It just doesn't. For me, I don't like it. I don't like the look on myself.
Said you were a skater boy, so I said see you later,
Yeah,
boy.
those are see you later, boys.
See you later, boys. I think these are sweet, man. I think they're done super well. The one thing I don't like about it, let me zoom in on this photo a little bit. See the black where the Nike is, the Nike on the back is just murdered out? I don't think that fits as well. I would have liked to have seen the tab being white and then maybe the red Nike. To me, it looks off a little bit, but you know, I love Chicago's. I can't afford the Chicago one. I didn't have those.
Yeah,
from
it's not like
2015.
fully Chicago, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I don't really like that. Maybe because it's not fully Chicago. So the OG colorway in me says I got a problem with that. But I think that's kind of an eyesore for me. But I still think it's a dope shoe. And
are they going to sell just like crazy because of the whole Chicago colorway? Or
yeah,
no?
I think so. But resale's not crazy. It's not anywhere near the Chicago OG right now. That shit, that shoe is $1,300, $1,400.
Lots of pairs of these or what?
I don't think there's lots of pairs of these. I just don't think the hype is on them quite yet. Okay. So right now, resale in my size, 10, 10 and a half, you're looking at about $700 right now.
Oh, okay.
And the shoe has been out. So it's done the global release on the UK side, but we have not seen the US release yet.
Not the global release then, just
so
the UK release,
just the UK release, not the global. But that is said to come out here in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
But, you know, again, $90 to $100 Jordan shoe that's reselling for $600, $700, $800 right now. I mean, obviously, it's a money maker.
For wear, I'd rather have the no bad days. Easily, I'd rather pay $160 if I was for wearing. Yeah,
I could make that shoe look better myself as well. The better days. This tough wear, but I do like
the better days. Sorry, better days.
Yeah, I do like the adage to the Chicago. I do like all those concepts, and you know, hopefully the materials are good. I'm not expecting much on these, but a lot of the SB dunks have been pretty good. We looked at the Metacom dunks, which the hair, it's great hair, but who wants a hairy shoe?
Right.
The Grateful Dead's great quality. Really hairy, weird, awkward shoe. The Strangelove.
Just not to wear, yeah.
Strangelove, some of the best quality we've seen in a shoe, period.
I love it. Yeah, love that.
Those things are fucking great.
Great quality.
But,
hard to wear.
Ain't that the truth?
You step out once in those and they're just, especially
Trash.
the Strangeloves.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Get those dirty. You're not using any regular sneaker cleaner on those.
Right. So, that's a pass for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll go for them, obviously. I'm not stupid. I'm trying to make a little money.
How about, I didn't pull a picture of them yet, but the Michigan dunks, they release this week.
Yeah.
Are you?
I went for the Michigan States for you. Took that L.
Take that L on the way out.
And then, yes, I'm going to go for these because I want to be able to compare the quality to the quality of my pair.
Right. And what year was yours that you have? What was
16, I believe.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I'm wondering, dude, what the quality looks like on these.
Doesn't look good on that photo. Those look plastic as shit.
It does look a little plastic. I don't
see one crinkle.
I don't know, man. I think.
Can you see one crinkle on the leather? Me either.
Not really. Can you see my cursor?
Are those patent leather? Oh,
No,
that bitch
no.
looks like patent leather.
They look a little shiny, but I think it's going to be okay. Check it out.
Shiny.
Over here, I think up top it looks pretty good. You can't see it because it's a little dark on that.
Yeah.
But I see some rougher leather up here, and by rougher I mean it looks rougher, so it should be softer. It looks pretty good up there, but down here near the toe box, doesn't look like epic quality like yours does.
That's what I'm saying.
I've seen yours.
That's what I was looking at when I said, "Is that patent leather?" It just looks shiny as hell around the toe.
And then obviously the medial and lateral sides, like that leather, just looks very, very basic. Very, very basic. So I'm not expecting much on these. Right now, they're right at about $300 on resale. So I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty affordable pair once this pair drops, if you have to pay resale. So I think, between $200 and $250, I think you might be able to get this pair after it drops.
Yeah, I just really want to compare.
Yeah.
I don't really want to keep them, even if I get them.
Are you going to go for them at 120 retail at least?
Oh,
You
yeah,
go for 'em, right?
yeah. Go for them, yeah. But I'd probably just get rid of them. I love my pair.
Yeah.
The pair I have is
We
great.
should wear yours again. I need to see that pair.
They're great.
Are they?
We'll bring them in here
Is that
in a
one
couple
of those
weeks.
Was that pair? Yeah.
Once
when
these
we
come
get 'em?
in, we'll get them in. We'll bring them in.
Did you buy those used off of Goat? Like where you could see the photos first?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good man.
Yep.
It's the best way to do it, dude.
That's the best way to do it. I've gotten
Best
a couple pairs of Jordans. I did that with those Pines, too. Jordan 1 Pine
Oh, yeah,
green.
for sure.
Yep.
Wait, those are the bowling alley joints.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember that?
Remember those.
Remember that?
Yeah, dude. The
Bowling
bowling
bag.
alley joints for sure. Yeah, those were intense. All right, man. Let me just give you one more here.
All right.
This one is cool because you know me, man. I'm a big story guy. So let me show you these biatches real quick. So this is the Atlas/Nike collab. Okay, so the Atlas skateboard shop, and what they're calling these is the Lost at Sea joints. I'm gonna give you a little run through here. Do you see how the swoosh has kind of the double kind of swoosh a little bit? It has almost like a shadow with the yellow. I think that's cool. The cream laces are cool.
What are they calling them?
These are the Atlas SB/Nike Lost at Sea dunks.
Okay.
So, looks pretty good, right? Kind of has an OG silhouette, OG looking. Like it looks like the Nike Air, what is it? The Nike Air 90s, I think. I don't know if they're
Like
the Air 90s back in the day.
airships or whatever.
Airship 90s, whatever. Yeah, it almost looks like that. But look at these, dude. Look at the padding around the ankle. Look at the tongue, like super neoprene, pretty thick, but like not SB thick that we're all known. Almost like a hybrid of that, right? It's kind of like a mix of a regular stock dunk tongue, and then in between that falls this, because the SB tongue is really fat, remember? I kind of like this. And it's obviously a high. Dude, I think you need this pair. Look at the crackles. Look at this.
Show me the crackles.
Look at the crackles full in there.
Wow.
Like, I think the material, and then look at the midsole.
So these are like the Nigels. They got nacho on
got
them.
the nachos on them, man. How do you not want these?
The nacho cheese stained midsoles.
The antique vintage midsoles.
Looks like you stepped in nacho cheese at the tattoo convention.
Perfectly ready to go to a Rockies game when that opens back up. I think these are fantastic, dog.
Yeah, look like someone was sitting next to you at the Rockies and put their nachos down. You didn't know.
And then look at this.
And they stained the stitching in the laces.
And look at that.
You tried to throw them in the washer, and this is how they came out. That'd be kind of a dope little video, huh? Like a little Instagram video.
I would. Look at the cracking and chipping.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to give you the story and really kind of bring this all together. This is really dope, man. So check this out. So this shoe, the story behind this shoe is inspired by the great shoe spill of 1990. Are you familiar with this?
No.
Okay,
shoe spill.
Let me give you some info on this.
Break it down.
The Hansa Carrier was a container ship en route from Korea to U.S. when it encountered a storm and lost 21 giant cargo containers. 5 of those containers had 61,000 pairs of Nikes inside. Some of the shoes were Air Flight 90s. That's what I was talking about, the Air Flight 90s, which eventually washed up onto the San Francisco Bay shore. Hence, the Air Flight 90 colorway inspiration with ocean water and sun-distressed vibes, as you saw, kind of the crackling and the paint chipping. Dog, how cool is that now?
Pretty dope.
Does that not make you want the shoe? Now let's bring this back into reality here. These are the shoes that I was talking about. The flight joints. Check that out.
The Billy Hoyles.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Very similar. But see how they're all like rough and rugged and whatnot. This was one of the pairs that supposedly was found, I think, from what I read. I'm not for sure on that. I can't be too sure on that.
Dude.
And then this is obviously the new pair that we see there. So, dude, between the story, what happened, the high, the distressing, the concepts, I mean, SB hits it out of the park, in my opinion, yet again with this. I think this is stupid fire.
I'm going for those. When do those drop?
Those drop. I don't know if I have the date yet.
They do kind of give me a Nigel Sylvester,
a little bit,
little
right?
Nigel vibe too. Yeah, the story's cool.
Yeah,
I like those.
I don't have a date quite yet.
Those are really cool.
But yeah, man, I thought that was pretty fire.
I'm with it.
So sorry, I'm looking for a date as well.
41 watching, 27 likes. I'm confused. John King.
Yeah, I don't have a release date on that yet.
It's okay, Dal. No worries. No one's blaming you.
Right on. Thank you.
All right, guys. I think that's what we'll leave it for today, man. Thank you to everybody that came through. Thank you for donating in the super chat. Please click the like button, like my man John King said on the way out. Make sure you're following me on social media at OMG It's TTF, at Dal Palantonio, at OMG or at Most Underrated Podcast on IG and MUPcast on Twitter. Appreciate you guys, and we're going to keep the heaters rolling. I'm already starting my heaters research for Thursday's show.
I'm already ready.
Trying to make you fools money. So we'll be back with that on Thursday. And
who do we have Thursday? Thursday Night Football. Dolphins?
I couldn't even tell you. I haven't looked at it Thursday night yet.
Well, I guess we'll recap that on Thursday's show.
We'll get to it on Thursday. You know what's Thursday night, though, is Clippers-Nuggets.
I know.
It's going to be Game 4. It might be
Clippers-Nuggets, you mean Lakers-Nuggets?
Lakers-Nuggets, sorry. Game 4. It might be the deciding game going down Thursday night. We'll see what the Nuggets do tomorrow night.
We'll see. Clippers done got clipped.
But either way, barring something crazy happening, we will be here on Thursday for you fools.
But you never know.
To talk about it all. We'll see you guys then. Oh, and he misses one on the way out.
Take that L on the